Members, Honorable Mtolo, I see you are here. Honorable Van Veek, are you here? I see, there you are.
Good morning, good morning, Chair. Good morning, members.
Morning. Honorable Mtolo, I've seen your gadget, but your face is missing. All right. I think we should start in the meantime. Let's let me see what we have here. Honorable members, may we start? I'm going to request that we take this opportunity for a silent prayer and meditation. So we start the meeting. Thank you. May we welcome the honorable members who are here, and then welcome all the guests who are joining us this morning. We will be starting with this agenda. If we can just have a look at our agenda, I'd like the members to have a look, and can we have a mover for adoption of that agenda?
Damase moves.
Good morning, Fagu. Good morning. Thank you very much. Any seconder for that motion?
4 seconds.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, for second.
Thank you. We note, do you have any apologies, Sharon?
Good morning, Chairperson. Yes, we received apology from Honorable Labuskaghni that won't be able to make the meeting. We also received apologies from the MEC and the HOD of Korstein Limpopo. They attending an EXCO meeting, and the delegation from the department will be led by the DDG of Corporate Governance in the department. We also have apologies from the Modimolle Mookgophong municipality. They're having a council meeting this morning, so the mayor and councillors will not attend the meeting, but the acting MM will be in the meeting to make the presentation. Thabazimbi municipality and Waterberg district, they're also having council meetings this morning. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you very much. Let's note those apologies. Honourable members, as you will have seen, we have two petitions. The first one will be tabled by the Honourable Member, Honourable Desiree van der Walt, who is here, and we've seen her on the screen. She's showing there. Then in that team, we'll also have the representatives from the Bela-Bela local municipality, Mayor, Councillor Silika. If Councillor Silika is on the screen, could show the face. I see the name. It would be good to see the face. Yes, welcome, Your Worship.
WhatsApp.
Thank you. With your team, thank you. You are muted, but we can see you. Then we have Modimolle Mookgophong local municipality, acting MM, Mr. Malema. Let me see if Mr. Malema is visible anywhere. But nevertheless, we welcome the MM from Modimolle Mookgophong. Then we've got the provincial Coxter, DDG, Cooperative, Governance, Mr. Paul Muhlala. If he's around, we could see the face. Okay, we will hopefully see the face as we move along. That's on the petition 1. Then on the next petition, we will have Mr. Roger Ferguson. Maybe he's not here yet. It's a bit early for them. But Ferguson from Bela-Bela. And then we've got Ba-Phalaborwa local municipality. There'll be Mayor Councillor Malachi and MM. We will get them to show themselves when we deal with it. And on Mopani district, we have the executive mayor, Councillor Shai, and MMC's municipal manager. They will be in attendance. Then from Lepelle, Northern Water, we'll have the CEO, Mr. Ritters, and then we'll have the provincial Coxter, Mr. Muhlala. That is the team that we're going to be working with for this morning. So we would like to start the proceedings. Our petitions, this is one of the normal activities of our committee as a subcommittee of parliament, and we therefore will invite the Honorable Van der Walt, who has tabled the petition already, and so we'll give 15 minutes to take us through the issues, and then we will have the mayor of Bela-Bela coming in, and then of course we'll move on with the other respondents. So you are now on the floor, Honorable Van der Walt. Welcome.
Thank you, Honourable Chairperson. Very nice to spend my Friday with you as a new committee than the ones I'm serving on. So thank you to you and
You're
all the
welcome to
honourable
join us for good, actually.
I'm sure you would not want me there, but I'll greet you in the house next week.
Now we can handle anybody here, don't worry. We'll enjoy the excitement.
Okay,
Please
Honourable.
proceed.
Thank you, Chairperson. Can I take my video down? I'm in Acacia Park for the Wi-Fi.
No problem.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good morning then, Chair and honourable fellow members of Parliament, the representatives from the councils, my friend Mayor Gloria, and also Mr. Malema from Modimolle Mookgophong, and all the representatives from Coxter in the province, and then of course all your officials, Chairperson, and Shireen and everybody who's been assisting me. May I just also take this opportunity, Chairperson, MPs don't do all the work, councillors are the front face, and some of the municipalities are represented, if I saw the names correctly. I've got Councillor Zaman Ndlovu, Councillor Vincent Machlari, as well as Councillor Thane Hearn, and as you heard, they also have council meetings while we are dealing with this, so they'll be here for a while, and also Lucinda, who's the Waterberg media lady who's done many of our articles on service delivery, when she comes on. Chairperson, I know that over years we can bring petitions of the people to Parliament once you've exhausted your remedies locally and in the province, and this is why this 15,000 odd petition was eventually submitted to Parliament through the Speaker's office, and then ended up on your table for discussion. So what I am going to do, I'm first going to tell you what we have done over several years, so that you see that we are presenting a petition on matters that over years have been not addressed. And in advance, there are people, I had a meeting with Mr. Malema towards the end of last year, and others where small things did happen, but I think there's a bigger challenge, and that is the turnaround time on all complaints regarding service delivery, and some very serious. So what we have done in the past, Chairperson, we have had peaceful march to hand over memorandums and petitions. We've done that to the municipalities. We have also submitted a petition to the MEC of Kokstad in Limpopo, specifically related to Bela-Bela a few years ago, around about 2021, if I'm not mistaken. I took with me the Waterberg Chamber representative, a civil society representative, as well as a councillor from that council. And the MEC of the discussion with all of us, I asked what the next steps would be, and he said, well, he's received it now, and obvious nothing happened. Sadly so, because I know the MEC very well, who always tells me I've got an open door. We had a major issue of having that peaceful march, as well as submitting that to the Council of Bela-Bela. And therefore, we felt that was, we're not going to do it again. We have, in the last week or two, resubmitted this petition that you received to these councils. The reason for submitting it was we've wanted to hear when it will appear before your committee chairperson, so that we can make sure that councils actually take serious note and don't file it again in file 13. We have had written letters, we have had written questions and motions as per the standing rules of order of each municipality. Needless to say, no responses, not in writing, and therefore we can't go back to communities. And I thought that rules of order is valid for all of us to respond to. We have made appointments in person with political leadership of our municipalities. It included senior officials, and I must say there's a new trend in Limpopo, especially in the Waterberg, where an official, if I have a complaint chairperson for roads, as an example, in Modimolle recently, the official will not talk to me unless the MM gives permission, and I know it didn't come from the MM. This is nonsense. We all are servants of the people. So if you have a serious complaint, you must wait till one day both senior officials can be present. We have dealt with in these meetings with our concerns, a lot of talking, a lot of head nodding, and very, very kind undertakings and promises made. But once you leave that office or the municipality, the doors close behind you and nothing happens. We have lodged complaints. We've opened cases, including criminal cases, at the Human Rights Commission on sewage, water, etc. We have done it with green scorpions and with SAPs. Nothing has happened. We've also had several interventions in our municipalities, of which Kokstad and the province can contest. We have had several treasury interventions, because if you don't have money or you spend it badly, then obviously you can't get anything done. We were, Thabazimbi specifically, were put under administration. The municipality was dissolved and by-elections for the 12 wards was held, and the council reconstituted on the end 2024 in December. What we sit now with, chairperson, and I'm raising it not to attack individuals, I'm raising it of a great concern, because I know very well after 31 years as a public rep how we have to deal with this. But unfortunately, the mayor in Thabazimbi has no experience. Him and the speaker are fighting on whose job is what, and I can even go as far to a very ugly incident where an ethics committee member post porno with his cell phone received by council on the official WhatsApp groups of that council. We have tremendous respect for the people who has to deal with the WhatsApp groups of council on service delivery. Like you would know, chairperson and members, there are WhatsApp groups for water problems, sewage, electricity, etc., etc. But it doesn't help if there's no turnaround strategy. So, for example, we could benchmark in other provinces or municipalities. There would be a 48-hour turnaround on streetlights reporting. Chairperson, I have with me a list of streetlights, as one example, that has been reported since 2023, 2024 and up to date, still not fixed. And I must thank the person in Modimolle who came and fixed a whole street with almost 30 street lights. The people thought it was Christmas when those lights went on for the first time in 8 years. Chairperson, the issues, as I have started, is street lights. We know that street lights assist us in creating safer communities. But in all our small towns, there are plots, small holdings, there are a lot of bush around towns that's still not developed, or it might be farms. We have, for an example, a street on the border, Swanepoel Street, with 5 street lampposts. One worked, 4 doesn't, but it's very dangerous in that area. So I have reported that 3 times already. We have seen that water is constantly disrupted. The provision of water is in all 3 municipalities a great concern. We have hospitals. Our town, we've got 35 wards, but our 3 towns, except for Thabazimbi, who is a big mining town, is predominantly agriculture and retirement towns. People come and retire in the bushveld. And water, electricity is a huge problem. We have a reservoir that the mines in Thabazimbi has built. There is some issue that it could not be finalized, but I've done homework and it seems to be not that big an issue. But between the Thabazimbi municipality and the Waterberg district municipality and Kokstad, there's no intergovernment relationship where they discuss this, because this reservoir can actually provide water to the whole of Regorogile, which is a huge area with a high density of people and surrounding areas. We have tried as councillors, we found a truck in Thabazimbi also that needed a hose and nozzles. A councillor went to buy it out of her own pocket, get the truck going, water is delivered. In Mookgophong and Modimolle, Bela-Bela, we buy water, 5-liter bottles to go and give to people who are on medication, who have small babies who must make their feeding bottles. And I can talk a lot about water and electricity, but Chairperson, to resolve that is that, and I know it's expensive, but we've asked for it 3-4 years ago. We need to have a technical audit done on all our electricity networks, and for that matter, our waterworks as well. Our electricity lines is not maintained at all. There is zero maintenance, Chairperson, and it seems like every night Bela-Bela is without electricity now. And we have roads that are very, very dark, our industrial areas, in the residence, at our hospitals, streets leading to that, and all our poor people that have to walk early mornings and late night after school and work from the CBD to their townships. It cannot be right. We are all having a right to clean and healthy environment. And just before I go to the environment, water is a basic right in our constitution. It cannot be that we have to have people buying water in town, carry it home, or that the water mafias, people are sending their trucks and people have to pay for it. It's unconstitutional. The clean and healthy environment is a huge issue. We have sewage spills constantly. There are drains blocked. Take some days to get them open. But we have spills, Chairperson, at some point for 3 to 4 kilometers straight on. And then it disappears somewhere. We have people that used to walk after COVID with masks on. And when I asked them why they're wearing masks in this heat, are they ill or can we help them? They said no. Because of the sewage they have to walk past to work and back home, to hospitals, etc., because they can't breathe. And they are not lying, Chair. I've got videos, I've got photos, I can prove all of this. We also, Chairperson, have In Modimolle, I went to the MM and the lady in charge of roads. We have a primary school in the CBD. It's not even 150 meters street block. The primary school on the left and the old age home on the right-hand side. Now, we pass hundreds of trucks, literally, through the main street of Modimolle, from the highway onto Valwater and Lephalale and elsewhere. And those trucks park opposite the old age home. If there's an emergency with an ambulance, which happened, they can't get in and out to the older person in their house. The truck drivers park on the wrong side so they can get out of their cabins and speak to the little girls, which we have also proof of. I went there, I said, besides the fact that the road is now falling apart, where the parents must park and, drop their kids, and the old age home, which is now really a huge challenge, I'll buy the signage. Can you put signage up on both ends of the street so that we get the trucks out of there? Well, on Monday morning, 4 o'clock, the trucks were there again. I get called out every night, and I'm usually in Cape Town. Chairperson, I can go on about that. Potholes. Chair, small towns across the country, in many provinces, are falling apart. The economy is slowing down. People are moving away because of the economy and jobs. But we cannot have potholes in your towns in every single street. Some of the streets, especially in Ward 11 and Modimolle, and some of the streets in Mookgophong, where it now looks like ground erosion. It's no more potholes. And I can mention a few streets like Boom Street, Paul Creer Street, Limpopo Street. People literally can't drive there anymore. They now make their own street on the pavements. That cannot be right. We have to do something. And the longer we wait, the more expensive it's going to become. Chairperson, our gravel roads to the farms never get scraped. I know they are mostly regional or district roads, but surely we have intergovernmental relationships with the districts and with Corkstar and the local municipalities. If there's an emergency, we had a case a few years ago where an ambulance lost the patient, a pregnant mama about to give birth, from the ambulance because the road was so bad. Our gravel roads aren't scraped. It is a disaster waiting to happen. It slows down emergencies.
2.5 minutes.
Almost done, Chair.
Sure.
And Chair, in our townships, we've got beautiful paved streets, but they're all covered in sand. You can't see the speed humps. You don't even know that there are paving bricks underneath the sand. It cannot be. It must be maintained. It costs a lot of money. And then I have a major issue with our landfill sites, Chairperson. All three of the municipalities are not in compliance with any piece of legislation, including bylaws. Nothing. It is a disaster waiting to happen. In some of them, if you drive in, you can't drive out because you can't turn your vehicle around. We've got to get landfill sites properly managed. Northam is a town that looks like one big landfill site. It's a shocking disgrace that it can look like that. Next to our schools, next to our creches, our ECD centers, as well as next to homes and farms on the main roads. Chair, and I'm ending off, and I'm sorry I'm speaking so quickly, but we have stray roaming cattle in every single town. And I guarantee you, Chairperson and members, people know who those cattle belong to, but they don't act. We have no pound. In fact, I don't think any one of the municipalities, I haven't looked for the last few months, actually have their bylaws on their websites, if they have bylaws. But it cannot be in a stadium now where these cattle roaming free in the foot-mouth disease area, that the municipality is not fulfilling their legislation work with that. We've got to get our cattle roaming on the properties where they are meant to be. Chair, I've rushed through all of this. I don't want to waste your time. It's written all in this, and I can send a photo album with a few hundred photos if need to, but my request kindly to you and the committee chair is that please, after this quick thing, come and do your own oversight. I really think you should see us in an area where we can create a lot of jobs, get investment, grow our economy, and keep our people happy in our small towns and safe. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you very much, Honorable van der Walt. We will then proceed now to get comments from the municipality. If we could then invite the mayor of Bela-Bela to respond. I think she did show her face. Yes, you are welcome, Honorable Mayor. If you can take us through your submission.
Thanks very much, Chairperson of the Portfolio Committee. Let me take this opportunity to greet members of the Portfolio Committee, all the participants in the platform. My name is Gloria Mudiegi-Seleka, the Mayor of Bela-Bela Local Municipality in Omutabek. In the meeting, I'm with my municipal manager, and we prepared a PowerPoint presentation which was shared with your team. I will then request them to flag the presentation, and it was prepared as per the petition, and we are addressing issues that the honorable member has reported on this platform.
You have 15 minutes for it.
Yes, I consider time. Can the secretariat flag my report, please? Thank you. Let's go to the first slide, and maybe, Chairperson, it's also important to, on the introduction, the second one, as the political and administrative leadership of the municipality, we recognize the seriousness of concerns raised. This engagement offers us an opportunity to present and clear and give factual update on service delivery issues highlighted in the petition, and also status and the root cause and the intervention that the municipality has implemented and continues to strengthen. And our presentation intends to provide accurate status report.
Just hold on a little bit, Mayor. Can I just check, Sherin, have you got this circulated? Have you received this presentation?
Chairperson, I received it, yes, now this morning. Let me just put it on the group for members. Okay,
please circulate it, and also any other that would have been received, please make sure you circulate it. Let's proceed, Mayor. Please, sorry about interrupting.
Okay. So we want to assure the committee that we remain committed to transparency, intergovernmental cooperation, and restoring community confidence in the municipality where we render basic services. Can we go to the next slide? In the presentation, there was an issue with regards to provision of electricity and street lights. As Bela-Bela, we can safely confirm that we have a challenge with bulk capacity constraints because our substation is operating at maximum capacity, and we have overloaded feeders, transformers in high growth areas. And one of the biggest challenge is the aging infrastructure that requires refurbishment and replacement. And one of the biggest issue is on illegal connections that also attributes to our losses. But the other issue is on cable theft and vandalism that causes other repeated outages and financial constraint, and also the rapid demand growth that is beyond what we have planned. What is happening now in Bela-Bela on the status quo, the electric network, both for the township and the town, Their interruptions only occurs when there's breakdown and in high zones, and when there's also planned maintenance which is communicated. We can confirm to this sitting that we also have a backlog on extension 9 and extension 25 due to issues of capacity that I've also highlighted, but nonetheless is that we have received a conditional grant in the form of INEP, where we are constructing a 20 MVA substation, and it's on the project is almost done, and that will also help us to deal with issues of capacity. And with regards to extension 9, we are doing the electrification internally with our own source, but also we are doing maintenance on our infrastructure, and we are also doing load balancing across feeders. And we, as a municipality, we benefited from the active partnership with Eskom. We have rolled out smart meters, so we can safely say we not have challenges with losses that are reducing drastically. Next slide. The other challenge is I've spoken about street lighting. We have cable theft, and up to today as a municipality, from the beginning of the financial year, we have replaced about 780 and repaired street lights or in all the wards. But what we have realized is that because we constantly repair and our infrastructure got vandalized, we are replacing our overhead lights with aluminum cabling, and we are also prioritizing the high risk area and ongoing maintenance. And we have received the energy efficiency demand site management grant, and we also implemented 500 LED lights with we replaced the retrofit old ones with LED lights. Next slide. We tried to perhaps provide portfolio of evidence in a form of pictures. Those are the street lights in the township. Next slide. Those are it's our team working on the street lights in the town. And on next slide. On water provision, yes, we are taking note that our demand is exceeding the supply during peak periods, and the Bela-Bela wastewater treatment is operating near design capacity. We also experience high water losses, non-revenue, and aging pipelines and pressure instability, aging reticulation infrastructure, and some of our pipes we still have asbestos, and we also have seasonal raw water quality where the manganese spikes. But we currently, as Bela-Bela, we also supply water for the township and the town, and we also receive supply water. We are supplied by Mahalis to stabilize the demands, but still we are not coping, and we are only restricting water during the night between 9 p.m. and 4 a.m. in certain areas within our water supply areas, so that we can keep the reservoir levels high. But the interventions that we have done as a municipality, we have submitted an application to DWS on the RBIC, and we are waiting feedback. And we want to replace bulk raw water asbestos pipeline, and one of the projects is underway under WISIC, and it will be completed by 2026. And additional projects including phased replacement of aging infrastructure and other boreholes, and we are only waiting confirmation from DWS on WISIC funding. And we also have completed the refurbishment of the Plat River Dam, and the non-revenue water reduction project is initiated. Bulk and consumer meter replacement program is ongoing. Active leak detection is also, and repairs in high areas and reservoir levels and pumps monitoring is strengthened. Formal water restriction notices is issued during maintenance period. Next slide. On sanitation, the challenge is that there's a misuse of our network and also the aging infrastructure. The recurrent sewer blockages are swiftly attended. We don't have a situation where the honorable member say sewer is running for almost a longer period in the streets. We have stormwater ingression into sewer system, and foreign objects are flushed into the system. And the interventions that we are having, we are jetting and vacuuming on routinely, and we are responding rapidly to the issues when they are reported to. And from time to time, we are doing public awareness, and we have standby generators installed at our pump station, and we are currently upgrading and refurbishing our sewer pump stations through WISIC. Next slide. And we also tried to give pictures on what is happening. Next slide. This is our team that are doing the jetting in some of the areas. And on waste management, let's go to slide number 13. And that's waste management. We currently do not have a weigh bridge at the landfill site, but I can confirm, Chairperson, even if you can come today, our landfill site is one of the ones that are best managed. And on quarterly basis, we are assessed by LIDET, and we have been audited and on issues of compliance, and we have not received any non-compliance notice issued to the municipality since 2024. And the construction of our new landfill site will be completed by March 2026 this year. Illegal dumping sites, we also have promulgated the bylaws on solid waste management, and we also put a tariff on our tariff book for illegal dumping and also the dumping penalties, and that has been approved by council. We are doing weekly cleansing of hotspots, and 4 illegal dumping hotspots have been transformed to statistical landscape areas, and environmental awareness is conducted at schools, and we are enforcing the bylaws as approved by council. Next slide. On the roads and stormwater, yes, we all, like any other municipality, we have an aging infrastructure, heavy traffic loads, and budget limitation. Currently, as Bela-Bela, we are doing the patching of potholes in-house, and up to now we have done 1,635 square meters potholes were patched, and we are doing that internally. And due to limited resources, and we are also going to do the phased resurfacing, where through the municipal disaster recovery grant, but we also developed roads and stormwater master plan. Next slide. Those are the pictures where our teams are working. We have a group where all service delivery weekly plans are submitted, and portfolio of evidence is submitted thereof to monitor progress. So those are the work that has been done. On stray animals, yes, we have noted the concern, but we don't have a pound in Waterberg. And in terms of the Society of Prevention of Cruelty of Animals standard, is very costly for a municipality to own a pounding facility. But what we did as a municipality, we also promulgated an animal keeping bylaw, and we've also put a tariffs, and we are enforcing that bylaws by issuing fine to those that we know are the owners of those animals, and we are also doing collecting revenue in a way when we deal with those issues. And I think that's the end of my presentation. We tried to respond to issues that the honorable member has raised, and that is the status quo of Bela-Bela. And I can also confirm, Chair, that you are more than welcome to come and do the site visits in our municipality on the work that has been done. And we are continuously working together with all the stakeholders to make sure that we don't derail from our constitutional mandate. Thank you very much. That was the presentation on behalf of Bela-Bela Chairperson. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Chairperson, you are muted.
Oh, sorry, I'm muted. Sorry. Thank you very much, Mayor Silika, for your presentation. We obviously will get into a discussion because the issues you are raising are seemingly diametrically opposed at this point. There are specific complaints, and on your side, you have things under control. We'll need to go into a little bit of that discussion. But before we can move on, let's have Modimolle, Mookgophong, local municipality, Mr. Malema, if you'd like to come up and give us your presentation.
What chair is around it?
Oh, yes, Honorable Mtolo. I just registering your present.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, okay, you're welcome. Thank you very much. Let's proceed. Mr. Malema from Mookgophong.
Thanks, Chairperson, and let me greet the members of the Portfolio Committee and colleagues. I think we from the mayor, who's currently attending council, and but we've submitted a presentation the committee. I'm sure the secretariat will assist me in flagging the presentation. But just to indicate that the issues that were raised by the member of parliament is indeed we had a meeting with the member, and we made commitments in terms of dealing with them, and then I will, as I'm presenting, I'll be dealing with some of them. I think we can start with we did the status quo for all the 4 service delivery issues, but yeah, I think let me just start with electricity. In terms of electricity, overall, members of the Portfolio Committee, we are saying we have managed to electrify 89.5% of the total households, which is 42,000 households. And in terms of capacity, we've got those capacities that have been provided by ESCOM to ensure that we render the services properly. Then in terms of water, I also indicated we are supplying water, or 91% of the households have access to water through the water sources that we mentioned there. Save to indicate that due to at times capacity, Makhalis to deliver water into the agreement that we have with them, we normally have
Mr. Malema, your signal is quite poor. I don't know if there's a way of improving that because we can hardly hear you.
A system where we will deliver water to water tanker in instances where
Mr. Malema, your signal is very bad.
there's no water, but also we've got a rationing schedule that we have shared with all the communities. There's no consistent water supply. So, Chairperson, trying to connect with another.
I think you must try another line because this one is not working very well. We can hardly hear you. Is any one of your colleagues having a better line? Then maybe you can just go through that one, or you get someone else to do the presentation. You're completely gone now. Is there anyone else from that municipality who can take over the presentation? Or connect you through their phone so you can just go through this whilst we get someone to manage the slides. Anyone else from the municipality? It looks like we have a challenge here. Is there anyone else from the same municipality?
Chairperson?
Yes, Shireen?
It's Desiree van der Walt. Chair, I think all the directors or managers might be in the council meeting, and that's why nobody is responding unless the MM is trying to get another spot.
Yes, I think we have a challenge if he hasn't got anyone else who can do it. Let me just check your Coxstar representative. Are you online already?
Yes, I am, Chairperson. I just spoke to Mr. Malema. I see he's back now online.
He says?
He is back online now. I spoke to him. He said he was using another gadget. Okay,
let's ask him to try again. Okay, Mr. Malema, please proceed.
Yes. Am I audible now, members?
You are. Proceed. Let's see if you can hold.
Yes. I was now dealing with the water provision, where I was indicating that at least we are providing 91% of the population with consistent water supply, and where we are not consistently supplying, we've got a rationing schedule that we have publicly shared with all the communities in terms of when water will be available, but also we are doing water tankering to ensure that at least once in 2 days communities have got water supply. And then in terms of sanitation as well, we are indicating that 78% of the population has got access to sanitation. And then we've got 7 sewer pump stations, and a total of a network of 498 kilometers is covered. In terms of roads and stormwater, yes, indeed, we acknowledge that the municipality, due to heavy rainfall that happened in December, most of our roads have got a lot of potholes, but that is mainly due to the fact that we've got aged infrastructure, but also the municipality, since the beginning of the financial year from July, we have already spent around 11 million doing patching of roads. But whatever work that has been done, because of the heavy rain that we experienced in December, January, most of the work has been damaged, and then we took a decision to saying in February we are not going to do any patching because of the warning that there will still be a lot of heavy rain. But safe to indicate that we've got a project that is now at a procurement stage where we'll be resealing all our streets in town through a labor intensive program. But in the meantime, we have procured the cold asphalt where we are trying to fix the potholes that we have. But let me indicate to the committee as well that the municipality or the town of Modimolle, because it's the main road, it's a national road. Sanral is busy working on the main road in town, which project will end around the end of the year. And the works that they're busy with obviously affect traffic, and because the R33 is the connecting road between Mpumalanga and Lephalale, it is busy. We have made a commitment that they will ensure that they put the road signs that the member was speaking about, and also they will ensure that they manage the traffic well and they create a sightlines where the traffic can still flow through the town. So when coming to operation and maintenance in terms of electricity, we've got a well-functioning technical war room members where and also a 24-hour call center line where all service delivery complaints and issues are registered, and the technical war room on a bi-weekly basis meet to assess and monitor progress in terms of dealing with those service delivery complaints. And we are presenting to the committee that at the moment we had or for the month of January we had 26 cases. 20 cases have been resolved on provision of electricity, and we are having unresolved complaints, which are 6, which we are busy working on. And like I indicated, we are monitoring through the bi-weekly meetings. Also on water, we had 206 complaints. Only 8 complaints are unresolved at the moment, and we are busy working on them. Also dealing with operation and maintenance on sanitation. Of the 217 issues that have been raised through the customer care line, only 3 are unresolved at the moment, and we are also working on them and monitoring them on a bi-weekly basis. In terms of roads and stormwater as well, like I've indicated, we only have 3 unresolved issues. And also in terms of potholes, like I indicated, we are at procurement stage to have a 12-month EPWP based program aimed at addressing all the potholes within town. But also we are experiencing a shortage of laborers to deal with normal patching of potholes, and we are in the process of acquiring 40 EPWP workers to augment the staff that we have to ensure that we respond to these issues as and when they are raised. There was a petition relating to electrification of households at Phomolong Extension 9. And we are reporting that it is difficult for the municipality to at the moment electrify informal settlements that have not yet been formalized. And we are in the process. We have just appointed a structural engineer who will be assisting us in terms of formalizing 5 of our informal settlements, so that we can then prepare business plans for funding to electrify those households. And we're just indicating that there are projects that we have been implementing in the current financial year and in the previous financial year to try and deal with the issues relating to water and sanitation through the WSIG projects. And we have just presented to the committee. I'm not going to go through them one by one, but to just indicate that we have now started with the project valued at 114 million to deal with the issue of aged infrastructure, especially to change the asbestos pipes into steel pipes in the current financial year, going into the next financial year. And we are sure with that project, we'll be in a position to deal with the high water losses that we are experiencing at the moment. We just shared with members of the committee all the projects that we are busy doing. But in terms of the roads, let me just report that in terms of roads that are not tarred, we have completed a ward-to-ward graveling program, which happened just immediately after the heavy rainfalls in February, and now we are moving into town to try to patch all those potholes that have been reported on. The challenges that we are faced with was limited resources in terms of equipment, and we are reporting to the portfolio committee that we have procured already equipment that will assist us in doing the maintenance work, especially the procurement of the grader, the drum roller, the tractor, and as well as the water tankers. The challenges overall is the issue of aged infrastructure for roads and for water, and we've got projects that we have submitted for approval by DWS to deal with those issues. But also the vandalism of infrastructure as well is a challenge, and also on sanitation, the dumping of foreign materials into the existing sewer networks. We are busy with campaigns trying to educate our communities in terms of ensuring that they do not dump these foreign materials into the sewer network. So members of the portfolio committee, we confirmed to the portfolio committee that all the issues that have been raised, there's two formal petitions that have been submitted to the office of the acting MM, which they were submitted in February and January, and we are finalizing the formal response that will be submitted in the next 7 days to the people who have submitted those petitions. In conclusion, we are confirming that we are busy trying to solve the issues that we have, and service delivery continues to be rendered to the people. Thanks, Chairperson.
Thank you very much, Mr. Malema. May we invite Coxter to come in, Mr. Mhlala? Then we'll open up for discussion, and I think when we get to the discussion, we need to close the gaps. What I would have loved, and the members will come in and comment, what I would have loved to understand is, of the issues that are being raised as concerns, which ones are the direct actions to resolve, and are we able to align so that for the issues that have been raised as a concern, that there is direct action that's being done to address them, or you have a complaint in area A, you have got activities in area D, and the two are true but not related. I just can't get through to that at this point. But also the question of non-responses to written complaints is another issue. So I would like us to get to that point. So I'm going to get Mr. Mhlala to comment. Members, I can see the hands are coming up. We are going to ask for you to come in and make your comments and questions. So any comments from Coxter?
Chairperson, sorry, it's Honourable Van Zyl.
Yes.
Just before that, is there no one from Thabazimbi that even showed up for this very important thing? Because the petition included Thabazimbi as well, Chairperson. I'm just asking. Thank you.
No, wait. I just say that again.
Is there anyone from Thabazimbi present, Chairperson? The petition, as I read it, was for Bela-Bela, Modimolle, Mookgophong and Thabazimbi, Chairperson. I don't see, we haven't heard anything from Thabazimbi, LM. Thank you.
Okay, we'll talk about it. I'll just get Shirin to indicate. I thought there was an apology from that, but anyway, we will get back to that at a certain point. Shirin, you'll get ready.
Was the mayor, Chair, not from Thabazimbi? Sorry, Chair.
The mayor was Bela-Bela.
Okay.
Yeah. We have 3 municipalities, Bela-Bela, there's Mayor Seleka, and then Modimolle, Mookgophong, you have MM Malema, and then Shirin, can you just confirm that, Thabazimbi?
Thank you, Chairperson. Thabazimbi put in an apology because they have a council meeting this morning. Thabazimbi as well as Waterberg District. Thank you, Chairperson.
Yes, I think the point about it is you may have a meeting, but there should at least be someone who can join, because we've seen what's happened with the others. Even if they are busy, somebody comes to join, at least we have someone who must represent the municipality. The question is, you could just be in the meantime checking, yes, we hear that they've got a meeting, but we want to know who's representing them, because you can excuse one person, an official or councillor, MMC, to come and explain something. So you will deal with that. I see there's a hand there. Let me just check whose hand is that? Here.
Honourable Pansel again, Chairperson. I want to raise a serious concern because council meetings, as a general rule, starts at 11 o'clock. This meeting was scheduled for 9 o'clock. I think shows a lot about Thabazimbi not even sending one person to attend this meeting, Chairperson. So I think we might need to address that at some point. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thane Hen. I'm not sure if that's the correct explanation, pronouncement. Who is that? Can you just show your face and tell us who you are so we can understand what the issue is?
My apologies for interrupting, but just a correction. Thabazimbi Council is not in sitting. The Thabazimbi councillors from the DA are present, and our municipal manager is on this meeting. So, yes, Mr. Letualo is present on this meeting. We have a council sitting, but only later today.
Are you a councillor? Are you a councillor?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So just pronounce your name so I can call you properly.
Thane Hearn.
All right. Thank you very much. I'm sorry about that. So let's get back to the issue. The issue of Thabazimbi, we'll get back to that. Let's get Coxa to comment and then let's proceed, Mr. Mhlala. Shirin, in the meantime, let's get back to Thabazimbi and hear what responses have we got there. Meanwhile, let's have Coxa.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson and members. No, from Cox's side, we'll confirm that that's the information that is presented, that's correct. That's what we are working with municipalities on, supporting them through various grants, but the issues that have been raised would continue to work on those to ensure that there's improvement in terms of delivering services to communities. On the water, there's also from the Premier side an emphasis to all the districts that they then have water war rooms, which will focus in terms of the delivering water to those communities that are not accessing water. So, yeah, for Thabazimbi, I think because Letswalo is here, perhaps he might also just want to update the committee in terms of the issues there. But all in all, Chair, I would say that we're covered as and when we receive the queries, we make sure that we respond to to those specific queries. I think the specific one that was raised by member was in relation to 2021. We would perhaps maybe zoom into that specific one, because at that point I wasn't necessarily acting in this capacity, but we take responsibility as the department to ensure that we follow through on all these aspects. But the norm from our side is that each time there are queries, we make sure that we do respond following through with the affected municipalities. Thank you very much, Chairperson.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mushala. Now, you say that the MM from Thabazimbi is here. Could we ask the MM to show himself, herself?
Greetings, Honorable Chairperson and members, Honorable members of the Portfolio Committee, councillors and colleagues. Indeed, it's myself. I'm trying to show my face as requested. Thank you very much, Chair.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So you are representing Thabazimbi. Now, I'd like us to look a bit more into the apology that was given. But in the meantime, you've seen the petition. Have you received the petition, and have you got your presentation in response?
Yes, thank you very much, Chair. It's unfortunate that I did not get the opportunity to look into the petition itself. We did not prepare the presentation for this meeting, and for that we apologize. I was just in discussion with the mayor. He committed that he will log in. He confirmed that he did receive the petition himself, but it's just perhaps mishap that it was not forwarded to the administration. Thank you.
Okay, you have now the petition, so you're going to have to respond somehow, because we do expect that there should be an answer from your side. Whilst you're having that petition, can you deal with the issues that are raised there? Now, I'm still trying to get the status of the apology that we got, because if the mayor is saying he's going to join us, we didn't get an apology that says the mayor is going to join us late. We didn't get an apology, a confirmation that you were going to be present. We didn't have a presentation from your side, but everyone who is here was actually invited on the same terms and basis of information for appearing. So it's a bit tricky for us now to have a situation where you are here, you haven't seen the petition, you don't have a response. I think it's going to be a bit problematic. So have a look at the petition and come back to us what is the response, because from where I sit, we will play a little bit with time to see if we can get the mayor. Maybe we'll explain why the mayor has to come in at this point. So, Sharon, any new information from the council?
No, Chairperson, we're still trying to get hold of the mayor.
And the response you got about the apology, was it signed?
No, Chairperson, we didn't get a signed apology.
What did you get?
We got WhatsApp message, Chairperson.
From? Who sent the WhatsApp message?
From Costa Department, Chair.
There must be a name of someone who sent the message.
From Office of the HOD, Chair.
Shireen? Shireen, you cut off?
Sorry, Chief, from the office of the HOD, it read that kindly note that Modimolle, Mookgophong and Thabazimbi are having council sittings at 9 o'clock. Waterberg District as Xkola Gotla also tomorrow. Thank you.
From Thabazimbi, did you get anything specific?
No, I didn't get anything from Thabazimbi itself. We got it from the department.
Okay, Mr. Mhlala. Sorry, let's just address you. Just what is your situation? What's your position in the Department of Cocta?
Honorable the Chair, I'm the acting DDG for Cooperative Governance.
So there is
the communication with the municipality was coordinated by Bela-Bela. She's part of the meeting. She's the one that has been assisting in terms of coordinating as well with municipalities.
Would you know who sent us a message from Coxa that Thabazimbi is having a meeting?
My assumption is that it should be Mayor Bela-Bela who's part of the meeting. I can ask her to just comment if Chair allows.
I can only allow her to comment if she's the one who did the letter, the message. If it's not her and we're not sure, there's no point. But you can check that in the meantime. I've got a bit of a problem. It's not a small problem. If Cocta can give us a casual message that says, just note that Thabazimbi is having a meeting, we have a problem with that. We expected a formal notice of what happened, or of what the situation is. But secondly, as it turns out, there is no meeting at that time. And as it turns out, the mayor is going to join a bit late as to why both the mayor and your department could have given us no sense of respect of the meeting starting at 9. Is a bit difficult for me to understand. But in addition, we still don't understand why neither you as Cocta or a mayor or MM would have been in a position to table a presentation or a report that will make us to base our discussion on. Would you be able to explain what's happening there?
No, Chairperson, I will verify that those facts as you are indicating with colleagues, and then we'll revert back to yourself.
Chairperson, Shireen,
Yes. Shireen?
Chairperson, no apologies. We did get an apology from the municipal manager, who asked that you said also further indicate that I did not have any information relating to the petition. It said, kindly see the attached documents. We have a council meeting scheduled for Friday at 1 o'clock. We kindly wish to render an apology of absence due to the council meeting schedule. So they did send an apology saying that they have a council meeting at 1. And asking if we could assist with a new date. I did respond to ask if they can send a representative. We didn't get a response to that one.
You have a meeting at 9. The apology
asking for a representative. They say kindly see attached documents. We have a council meeting starting at 1. We kindly wish to render an apology of absence due to the council meeting scheduled.
Meeting is at 9. You're apologizing for a meeting starting at 1. That's what you're saying. Okay, honorable members, that's the kind of jinx we're in. Let's have members comment on this matter. Anything and everything. Honorable Van Zyl, another member, raise your hands.
Thank you. Chairperson, are we only commenting on the Thabazimbi issue or in full?
I think let's deal with Thabazimbi story first.
Chairperson, can I just, I have just gotten from Councillor Sibata, who is the speaker, a signed document dated the 26th of February, which is yesterday, postponing today's meeting. So today's council meeting is actually postponed. I've got that letter and I'll share it to our group. But I think you need to write a stern warning to this local municipality as well as the department for what has happened here, because this is a clear indication that, Chairperson, they are not really interested in coming to explain to Parliament who has asked them to come and present. Thank you, Chair. I'll send it on the group now.
Thank you. Mkalipi?
No, thanks very much, Chairperson. Chair, I think what we must do, we must ask Coxstar of the province to come and deal with these issues that are raised here. Because, Chair, it can't be that there is municipalities who are failing people in all those municipalities that are in front of us, who's supposed to come and answer after the petition. And then there's a Coxstar in the province who's not even serious about intervention. And only national parliament that must intervene. It can't be. So I think, Chair, I'm proposing that let us just not deal with these issues with municipalities. Let us first send them back through Coxstar of the province to go and deal with the issues that are raised here. And then we must give them timelines to say that after 2 weeks or after, so I don't know if the committee will agree on 2 weeks, and then they must give us a report, failing which the report is not impressive, issues are not attended to, let us call them back. That is my proposal, Chair. Even the office, Shireen, you must be able to tell us in time, out of the municipalities that are expected to come and respond, this one have these issues, this one have these issues. Unlike to find out from the meeting itself, it look like we are also disorganized, Chair. But Chair, in all fairness, it can't be that the parliament must talk about the unbehavior of animals in a certain town. So we must leave all our serious issues of service delivery and deal with animals that are not behaving. So we must also take ourselves serious here, Chair. That's why I'm saying that province must be the first point of call in issues that are regarding municipalities who are not servicing people before it even get here. It's looked like we are very used in this national parliament, whereby people, for instance, from the municipality, they are not doing their work. They are not responding to people's cries. And then there's a province. Then you ask yourself, what is the role of the provincial government, especially Coxstar, if all the time we must come and talk about the unbehavior of animals? The robots are not even working because there are animals that are just standing in the middle of the road. And we must come and talk about it as members of Parliament of Coxstar. No, Chair, I refuse. Thank you very much, Chair.
Thank you very much. Any other comments? Can I just check, is the mayor of Thabazimbi here yet? Okay. And then the MM...
He's not here.
Mr. Lutwalo, what do you have to say at this point?
Yeah, thank you, Chair. Maybe I can clarify one point, Chair, if you allow, Honorable Chair, that indeed there is a council meeting today at 1 o'clock. It was initially at 9 o'clock. It is postponed. It was postponed. It is postponed to 1 o'clock today. And the mayor, indeed, I communicated with him. He indicated that he will join the meeting. So I don't know what would be the challenge, because I was just talking to him on my phone. Also myself, I'm only getting a better signal now. I was just traveling. With regards to the responses, Chair, I was just hopeful that perhaps Thabazimbi can be given an opportunity to prepare responses, because as I indicated, that I do see the general petition, but I think it's fair that I see specific complaints that are there, so that we can be able to address them. I didn't get the opportunity to have those specific complaints as administration. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, I think for now we'll wait to hear if the mayor comes in, and then we can hear what his comments are. We will certainly have to get the Thabazimbi municipality back to respond to all of these issues. But in between, we are gonna be writing back to the mayor and of course to the provincial Coxa MEC, and we have to get to the premier as well. It is unacceptable that there should be concerns which should have been addressed by the municipality that have now been escalated to the level of a petition to parliament. And when we have to address those issues, we don't get a satisfactory explanation as to, firstly, why there is no representative from the municipality, even if there was a council meeting. Two, we need a clarity on the council meeting. Was it there at 9? Was it there at 1? And was it postponed? And either way, it still doesn't explain why there wouldn't have been one person released to come and address. Thirdly, you have now the MM is coming to us in this meeting, but has not had any access to the information that was already shared with all the municipalities. That's this gross incompetence, which we really cannot accept. And if you can have a problem with a simple communication of that nature, that means we are going to have a problem with serious matters of service delivery. So all of those issues need to be dealt with, and therefore we'll have to recall, we have to call back the municipality together with COGTA, because even COGTA, we should have actually had them giving attention to all the people who are coming in and their responses. So next time we will need the COGTA department taking responsibility for having looked at the petition and also looked at the responses and ensured that by the time we get here, we don't have a debate, but we have a clear explanation as to why there are such service delivery lapses. So from our point of view, we must indicate serious objection of the committee to this kind of behavior, and that there has to be a clear explanation as to why the municipality has behaved the way that they have. We cannot have a situation where everyone is here, but one municipality is not really taking this matter as seriously as it should. And the members are correct. This matter is a local service delivery matter. We're doing an oversight, but we cannot be put into a situation where we must now preside over internal administrative communication issues of the municipality. It's unacceptable. Now, let's hold it at that for now, and let's get back then to the rest of the other municipalities and talk about the rest of the issues that have been raised. What I still wanted to get is Mayor Silika, between what the petitioners are saying and what we have said, there is a gap. It sounds like on your side everything is fine, on their side things are not right. They've now sent us a number of photos of things that are not as right as sounded from your statement. What is the gap? What's happening? Who are we talking about? Which area are we talking about? And is there a gap in the understanding as to where problems are? Are we talking about the problems which were there before and we have resolved them? Are we talking about service delivery in a different part of the town and the complaint is about a different part of the town? What is happening? Honorable members, please, if you want to raise your hands, let's talk about this, but you could be preparing for that response, Honorable Mayor. Let's have Van Zyl and other members. If you got your issues, please come forward. Van Zyl, please proceed.
Thank you, Chairperson. So just all in all, speaking on the three municipalities, which now essentially has become two, but you know, these petitions are raised on behalf of residents in Bela, Modimolle and Thabazimbi. And, you know, they are simply just asking for what the Constitution guarantees them, which is basic service delivery. You know, communities, as we've seen and heard in these municipalities are, you know, facing issues of ongoing water shortages, sewage spillages, like the photos we've shared, persistent electricity outages. Now, I heard the mayor speak about the load balancing, which I can only assume is load reduction. And by then, I would have asked the mayor if she's approached Eskom to get the NMD, this distributing network, enlarged for that to be done. They paint these pictures of, they will be looking at the transformers, they'll be fixing them. But Chairperson, on neither or any of these projects, there's any time frames. We just have the intervention from the municipality. We see refuse piling up in towns, and then again, the mayor there spoke about illegal dumping and that they've got the bylaws promulgated. But like the Honourable Van der Walt said, are these bylaws on the internet or on the website? Is it published? And how many people has the mayor fined for illegal dumping, for that matter? And also robots not working. You saw the pictures that I sent on the group of the robots. There's, I think, 9 robots, and not one of them is working in Bela-Bela, for instance. But Chairperson, these, aren't about luxury projects. It's really about basic services. And residents in all areas are paying rates and taxes. They are contributing to the municipality, but they're not receiving the services they are entitled to. So I think that's completely unacceptable. And to the point that Honourable Mkalipi raised is, what has the process been? At the start of this meeting this morning, the Honourable Van der Walt said she's exhausted all the avenues. The councillors have exhausted on council. They've exhausted on going to the provincial government. I understand the MEC had the file and he threw the file to one side, saying he doesn't understand what he must do with it. So what is the Limpopo provincial government? What support have they done? And as Chairperson, we've been going to these various provinces, we see this more and more. That there's no support from the provincial governments to these local governments that are failing the people. I think, Chairperson, I would like to propose also then, this, I think, presents an opportunity to us as this committee to maybe conduct oversight visits to these municipalities in Limpopo. We have seen, and I think if there's one thing that we do know as this committee, is that presentations are very beautiful, like you had also said, but there are gaps. And the reality on the ground is different. And Chairperson, there's a petition with 15,000 signatures. That shows us that residents are feeling the lack of service delivery. So the beautiful presentations, Chairperson, to me is not sufficient. And I think we need to go and see for ourselves. So I would propose that. And I think we further need to propose that we need to get monthly progress reports from the local municipalities in conjunction with the provincial government of what they are actually doing to resolve these issues. To get, functioning lights, clean streets, safe roads, working taps, and etc. The basic service delivery. So, Chairperson, with that, I would like to put those proposals on the table. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Direko.
Thank you, Chair. My network is bad. Can I switch off the video?
Sure, proceed.
Okay, Chair. So I've listened to the presentations of municipalities, but where I am, Chair, I cannot confidently say I'm happy with the responses, because looking at the issues that have been raised on the petitions, you cannot confidently say out of 20 matters that have been raised, 5 have been resolved or 6 have been resolved. They gave us a general response. And what I was expecting is that in terms of, for instance, issues of sewer, we know we've heard that they are working with the Department of Water and Sanitation for intervention, but we would like to get a clear response as to, on this extension where there are issues of sewer, this is the intervention that we are doing, the long-term, the short-term, and the mid-term intervention, so that when we move out of this, we can confidently say, in terms of the challenges that have been raised by petitioners, at least 5 out of 20 have been resolved. Secondly, there was a municipality that presented first, I believe it's a Bela-Bela, where they were issue of sewer and water and all those matters. And they indicated that the main challenge in that municipality is an issue of theft, which as they present, they did not give us a security plan as to how are they going to address it, which simply means that the community are going to have that continuous challenges, because municipalities are spending a lot of money in repairing what have been damaged, but they don't give us a security plan. If we could get a security plan to say, So far, we have been experiencing this theft. We have replaced they spoke about 700 cables. But what is the plan going forward? How are they going to protect that infrastructure? Because as a municipality, they rely on infrastructure to provide services that generate income for them. So it is expected for them to also ensure that they protect what generates revenue for them. And thirdly, Chair, community petitioners spoke about the issue of the animals on the streets. And the municipality, they said they don't have a pound. So if they don't have, what are the alternative measures? What is it that their bylaws are saying? If those animals are just roaming over the street, knowing that now we have the foot and mouth disease, what is it? What is the action plan in terms of the municipality to resolve the matter? So that's what I've just picked up on the presentation of municipality, that they did respond, but they are not specific on issues that have been specific from the petitioners. If they could be more specific in terms of their responses to those challenges. Thank you, Chair.
May we have the responses? Let's start with Bela-Bela.
Thanks very much, Chairperson, and thanks for the comments from the members. Let me also put it clear, Chairperson, that the petition was submitted to my office yesterday by one of the DA representatives, Councillor van der Rede, and I've duly signed for it. And if the committee is requesting a copy, I'll finish the committee with a copy. But the challenge is that on the issues that were raised, remember the petition was on 3 municipalities, and what limits perhaps that shows as if there is no the response are not talking to specifics is that perhaps we should then get a clear indication to say in Bela-Bela we are referring to this street, that street, that street, that, because generalizing it becomes a problem. And when we were reporting, we are reporting on the current status and what we're doing. And the presentation said there were some petitions that were submitted in 2021. So I'm not sure, maybe perhaps in future, let's get specific that in this street, in Krisani Street, there is this challenge and we can report as such. And I've indicated on, there was an issue that was raised about electricity. We are saying we don't have load reduction in Bela-Bela, and Bela-Bela is one of the municipality that is adhering to the debt relief that was introduced by National Treasury on Eskom, and we got a write-off of 10.3 million. So we only have power outrages where there's perhaps challenges of network, but if there's routine maintenance, communities are communicated on time. And if there is an outbreak, we do communicate if there's such. And on the stray animals, we do have a bylaws that we have promulgated as council, and I can confirm that after council meeting, all our policies and bylaws are loaded on the municipal website, and I will request perhaps my MMs in the meeting, if there's an omission of one bylaws that is not on the website, let it be corrected. And robots which are not working, those robots, where I'm sitting is that some of the robots are affected by the work that is being done by Sanral in our town. And in Bela-Bela, we don't even have 9 robots. It's a very, very small town. I think we have, if not 5, 6 robots in the entire town, because it's a very small town. And on the issue of vandalism of our infrastructure, I think I've spoken about it on the street lights, that other than using the normal copper material, we are resorting to the aluminium, because it will be very costly for a municipality to have security people guarding the infrastructure. Where we, in the water purification plants, yes, we do have security there, but we are now using the aluminium cables, which we can safely confirm that that people are no longer vandalizing those. Those are some of the measures that we are exploring as a municipality. And because we don't have a pound on stray animals, we have a bylaw. And as I've indicated, that Bela-Bela is a very small town. We normally know who's the owner of the cattle because of the markings, but we are constantly engaging with the Department of Agriculture to assist us in some of these instances. But I can safely confirm that as it was reported, the outbreak of foot and mouth, our bylaw enforcers are on the ground ensuring that we don't have stray animals in our town, because that could be a danger also to our people. And with the limited resources that we have, we want to comply with all the prescripts of the legislation, but where we have limitations, I think we are in a position to tell that we've got limitations because we don't have enough resources. But I can request that perhaps the petitioners give us specific streets and specific areas, and we'll respond accordingly, other than being general in their approach. Thank you, Chairperson. I'm not sure if I missed something, Chair. Through your permission, maybe my municipal manager can add to what I've responded to. Thank you.
No, thank you very much, Mayor. Let's talk to Honorable van der Walt. I wanted to raise an issue so that you could look at it. You see, we have the 3 municipalities that must now respond. Now, we would obviously need to match what they say with your concerns. Now, is it possible to restructure the submission in a manner that gives us the specifics of where the problems are? I see you have submitted some list, which Sharon has just shared with the group, gives you specifics on certain things, so that we can then get the mayor, well, each municipality, they must respond to the issues in relation to a specific area and specific service. Then we will be in a position to know we're comparing apples with apples, so that the discussion, I think from a point of submitting a petition, it might be voluminous. As you said, you got 100,000 photos. But at the end, we need to then try and limit it down to say, did you attend to A, did you attend to B, did you attend to C? What is your response to that?
Chairperson, thank you for your guidance. Chairperson, yes, let me start off by saying each municipality had their own petitions. The heading was the same because those were the issues that people brought to us: streets, electricity, the meters in Bela-Bela. And you know, Chair, for me coming here, we are all politicians, but we all also live in the same area. And I would go as far to say that across political boundaries, I get along well with all the other political parties in Waterberg. And Mayor Gloria and I have known each other, I think, now for something like 17 years. Well, I started in January 29. I think she came soon after if she wasn't there. But here's the thing. What we have done is exactly, I've just sent Shireen a copy now. On the 2nd of June 2022, we were marching with the community from all the 9 wards were represented. We wanted to hand over that petition to her office. They would not receive it. They made sure that the staff in the offices won't take it. I don't know since when a PA doesn't take paperwork for a mayor or a speaker. And then after that, because they wouldn't take it, I gave it to the late Honourable Councillor Mills and Rika Kruger to hand it in at the council. Since then, that petition got no attention. In that petition, Mayor Gloria, my dear friend, you must recognize and know that I will not tell a lie. The sewage was running almost from the robot at the mall towards Hammanskraal past. Since then, we have trouble. Yes, also in the caravan park on your main street opposite your hospital, the sewage was there for a long, long time, about 2 years ago still. But in the meantime, there are pockets. And Jay, you're quite correct. I have no problem to sort all the photos, the street addresses, the corners, everything, the street lights that they've put on in a street towards the end, towards the Roodepoort plotter, is brand new. They have never burned. Not a single light there has ever switched on. As the mayor said, apparently they were vandalized. But you know, here we are 4 years later, almost, Chairperson, and there's still no lights. So what bothers me, I will do as you say, Chair. I've got great respect for your committee. I will cluster things with proof, but the mayor must also not come here, or any MM or any other official, and always present, this is what we are doing. This is our mandate, which we often fail in for whatever valid or invalid reasons, or we're going to do that. I can actually come and show her how people replace traffic signs. We once painted the stop street and another party complained, so we stopped. So, Chair, I will, with the greatest of pleasure, within 7 days, provide your portfolio committee with a proper thing per municipality, and not only the CBD, Chairperson. There is Zuma View, there is Settlers, there is Masakani, over I think 40 k's out of town. There is Vingerkraal, there is Pienaars Rivier, there's Rus de Winter, and so I can go on. Bela-Bela is a small town, but it's quite a lot of square kilometers. The same for Modimolle, Chairperson, and the same for Thabazimbi. I will definitely spend time and bring you a full volume of dates and times. And may I just, with your permission, add, when I started this presentation, Chair, I said the following: we did not give the mayors this petition at the same time as we submitted to Parliament in September, because we were scared it will just be filed somewhere else again like the previous one. So we therefore thought, when we have a date with you, that they not run away from it, and that's why the mayor received it this week, and others last week, and others 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago. Thank you, Chair.
Okay. Now I think let's try and pull things into an alignment. You know each other for long, so I'm not going to allow you to get onto your political debate. What I think is going to be best, let's just be very clinical about this. You are going to give us a list of areas where there are these concerns. Whether they were there in 2022, you can still submit. Then the mayor can indicate that, well, we sorted that one out in 2023. That's not a problem. But table them with the specifics so that we don't then have a response that's also generic. Now, you don't trust each other, so you didn't give them the submission, so they didn't have the specifics. That's fine, that's part of the history. Let's leave that. I think it's fair to say, if there's a generic complaint, you'll have a generic response which is not able to resolve the problem until we go on to specifics. And when we go into the specifics, we're not going to party political. We're going to community service delivery issues, which means it doesn't matter who raised the issue, it doesn't matter who signed the petition, it doesn't matter where the complaint would have come from. What matters is that there is a complaint about a particular area under the jurisdiction of the municipality, and the mayor has got an obligation to respond to that issue. And I don't mind if it was historical, because you could have had it as a problem in 2020, and then today nothing has happened, or something else has happened on top of that. So that's okay. But I think what we want to try and narrow down is a situation where we're saying there may have been miscommunication, there may have been lapses, whatever. But what we're asking now is that for Bela-Bela, here are the areas of complaints: sewage here, street lights there, potholes there, pound problem there, and all of that. Let's just be specific, and then we'll do the same. Then when the responses come to us, they will have been checked also by the provincial COCTA, and then when it comes to us, there must be not disputes of facts. It must be a question of whether it was done or not done, or whether we disagree that this is satisfactory, and all of that. Then we don't have to spend a lot of time without being able to hold on to the specifics. So I would want to make that as a ruling now for all the 3 municipalities, and to all the petitioners, that let's therefore, having established this platform for communicating the specifics of the service delivery complaints, we will then be specific in terms of the nature and the area of the service delivery challenges. Then all the municipalities have got the same response, and they will then share the information with us. I think it's important for us to make it clear that for us, the petitions are not just a tick box exercise. They are a direct intervention that is part of the armaments that our communities have as they approach Parliament to address issues where local other mechanisms have not successfully done so. So we would therefore want to close the issue with that understanding that we will be back. I must then say, if you are able to give us the information, I give you 10 days to submit the information. You will send it to us at the national government level, but you are also free to share it with your local municipality, especially you got direct access to them. You please do so as well, but we will send it back to them and then give them another 2 weeks within which they will have to come back. And hopefully within a month, we'll be able to convene and get all of these issues aligned, and then we get clear progress reports. I think it's important that by the time we meet, we should know that this was done and there's no dispute, and this was not done and there's a dispute, and then we are very focused on the areas of our disagreement. Now, I have got your undertaking, Honourable van der Walt, that you will do so. Now, let me have the undertaking of each municipality that they will address these matters. So back to you, Mayor Seleka, and then we'll go to Malema, and then we'll go to Litswalo.
Thanks, Chairperson, for the opportunity. I think as Bela-Bela local municipality, we are committing that upon receiving the specifics, we'll deal with the challenges, look at them, and we will agree, perhaps with also the party representatives in our municipality, to say this was addressed, and we'll also submit the portfolio of evidence to that effect. And thank you for that ruling that the chairperson has made. We will comply with the timelines as guided by your good self. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Malema.
Thanks, Chairperson. As the Mookgophong municipality as well, we confirm that as soon as we receive the formal letter, we will respond accordingly and make ourselves available to the portfolio committee. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Litswalo.
Honorable Chair Kabazela, we thank you very much for the direction and your leadership. Indeed, we commit as Thabazimbi that we shall respond accordingly, and I think the time is reasonable. My only plea, Chair, is if the detailed petition can also be forwarded to the offices of the MMs. I'm not speaking on behalf of other municipalities, but I'm just requesting that if that can be also considered, that the accounting officers be also get the opportunity to ensure, or if the petitioners can ensure that those petitions they reach the office of the municipal manager, that will really assist. But otherwise, we thank you for the opportunity, and we again apologize for the inconvenience that is caused, and we ensure that we'll do better in the next session. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That arrangement will be undertaken. The communication will be shared with the municipal managers' offices. Sherin, please note that. Then, Mr. Mushala, you have the last word.
No, thanks very much, Honorable Chairperson. We will indeed comply in terms of ensuring that we coordinate those responses as we did for this meeting. And then we'll also, as Coxstar, make sure that we then also assess them accordingly. Thanks very much, Honorable Chair.
Okay, thank you very much. That disposes of the first petition. And so, as the ruling stands, the specifics will be supplied within 10 days, and they will then be shared with the local municipalities as they get sent to Parliament. Parliament will reverse all of this back to the municipalities and give them 2 weeks within which to respond, and in the process ensure that not only the mayor but also the municipal managers receive these reports, these requests, and that we will thereafter expect that there should be a report that comes back to Parliament. And I would also therefore request that the petitioners, as soon as that is done, they will then be informed so that we can then meet and close the issue. It must be clear which areas, what is the complaint, what action has been taken, and is the complaint still persisting since those matters would have been addressed. That closes the matter, and thanks very much to all the petitioners and all of those who have attended. Let me thank the leadership and staff of Bela-Bela, Modimolle, Mookgophong, as well as Thabazimbi. Those of you who are here, we want to thank you for that, and the matter is closed. You are excused from this meeting. Thank you very much, Sherin. Let's put the next item on the agenda.
Thank you.
We will now be looking at local municipality Ba-Phalaborwa from the petitioner, Mr. Roger Ferguson, from Ba-Phalaborwa, from Mupani, from Lepelle, Northern Water, and then we'll have Coxstar. Can I then check if we do have all these members present? Is Mr. Roger Ferguson already in the meeting? If you can just show your face. I do not see Mr. Ferguson. Is there a time problem? Oh, is there a time problem?
Excuse me, Chair. Rachel Longster here from Let's Change Ba-Phalaborwa. Let me just get hold of Roger. I believe we were due to present at 11, so he could just be finishing up.
Yeah. Good morning, Chair. Roger is online. I'm just not sure what is happening.
Okay, would you use your private line to call him and see whether he can show himself, because we don't have him here? If not, then we'll need to have to take an alternative. We can read through the whole petition. But in the meantime, you could use that private line. Let's have a look at the rest of the other members who should be here. We need the municipalities now to be represented. So can we get someone from Ba-Phalaborwa municipality? Oh, is that Ba-Phalaborwa?
Chairperson, I'm the municipal manager from Ba-Phalaborwa. Thank you very much.
What's the name again?
Mookgophong Tabita.
Mookgophong as
Yes, ST.
Okay, are you what's your designation in the municipality?
I am the municipal manager, Chair.
Okay, do you want to tell us about the mayor and all the others?
The mayor will join shortly.
The mayor will join shortly. Anyone else?
I am with the CFO.
Who's the CFO? We want to introduce the whole group.
The mayor is here.
Mayor is here. Hello, Mayor. How are you? Please introduce yourself.
Thank you so much. My name is Miriam Malaji, the mayor of Ba-Phalaborwa municipality.
Thank you. Want to introduce your whole team? Who else is here? Ask them to show their faces.
Yes, I am with the municipal manager, Metabita Mugobi. There's also the CFO, Letabo Mkwana. Thank you.
Can she show herself? Or?
CFO? Memkobi, where's the CFO?
Okay. CFO Letabo Mkwana, you are muted. That's fine. We can see you.
Oh, sorry, I'm here.
You're welcome then. That's
Thank you.
Mopani District Municipality. Are we
Chair.
all here? Yes, Mopani. Yes.
Chair, my name is Councillor Puleshai. I'm here in the meeting.
Yes.
I am with the municipal manager, Mr. Mokhano. I'll request him to show his face.
All right. Let's get. So you are the municipal manager.
No, I'm with the municipal manager. I'm with the senior manager, technical, Mr. Mahai. I'm with the senior manager, water and sanitation, Mr. Shulua. I'm also with both MMCs.
They show themselves as you introduce them.
Okay, let's start with the MM.
Start with the MM.
Mr. Mokhano.
All right.
No, thank you very much, Executive Mayor, and good morning, Chairperson and honorable members. My name is Tepo Morano, Municipal Manager for Mopani District Municipality. Sure. Thank you.
Who else? Introduce everybody. Let's see their faces.
Mr. Mahai.
Good morning, Chairperson, and greetings to Executive Mayor and all members. My name is Bela-Bela Mahai, Senior Manager, Technical Services. Thank you.
Thank you. Next one.
Mr. Shulua. We will track him and then we'll come back to him. I also have MMC Sifufi, responsible for water and sanitation. MMC Sifufi. It looks like she has not joined. We'll also follow her up. MMC Maloko.
Thanks very much, Honorable Executive Mayor. I'm Councillor Masilo Maloko, Head of Infrastructure, Mopani District Municipality. Thank you.
Okay. Through indulgence, yes.
Yes, you want to finish?
Through indulgence, can we track the remaining two and then we will report as they join?
No problem. It's fine now. We know those who are here. There's no problem anymore. Then let's check, let's get Lepelle Northern Water. Lepelle.
Greetings, Honorable Chairperson. Greetings, members of the Portfolio Committee. Greetings to the mayors, Honorable Executive Mayor of Mopani and Honorable Mayor of Ba-Phalaborwa and the MMs. My name is Ndweleni Mpepu. I am the Chairperson of Lepelle Northern Water Board. With me, Honorable Chairperson, I'm with Dr. Cornelius Reiters, who is our CEO. If you could show yourself.
Good morning, members of your Honorable Chair, members of the Portfolio Committee, the Mayor of the Executive Mayor of Mopani District Municipality, the Mayor of Ba-Phalaborwa Municipality, the MM of Mopani District and the staff, and also the MM
Recording
of
stopped.
So I'm just here. I'm Cornelius Reiters. I'm the CEO of Lepelle Northern Water. We have our technical staff here this morning. First, we have Mr. Precious Mashwani, who's the Acting Executive Manager for Operation and Maintenance, our Executive Manager for Engineering, and then the people that are responsible for the water supply to Bela-Bela. Thank you. That is Ntabiseng Bela and Ms. Leah Masete. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. Then let's get back to Mr. Ferguson.
Recording
You
in
introduce
progress.
whoever you are with, and then you've got 15 minutes to take us through your petition. You have heard who is here. The approach will be you give us 15 minutes of your submission, and 15 is not compulsory. It's just the upper limit, and then the municipality and the water board will also respond, and in the process, we'll then pick up the discussion. So I'll give you 15 minutes to start, and then we'll proceed. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Roger Ferguson, and I'm from Let's Change Ba-Phalaborwa. And I'm going to just ask the other people with me today to introduce themselves quickly.
Hi, I'm Gustav van Sal. I'm a minister, and I also represent Ba-Phalaborwa community of givers.
Hi, my name is Glenda Mboweni, and I'm representing Consent Ba-Phalaborwa residents. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Corin Meyer, and I'm representing Ba-Phalaborwa Business Chambers.
Good morning, all. I'm Deirdre Carter. I'm representing organized agriculture as well as a group called Heartful Citizens of Ba-Phalaborwa.
Thank you, Chair, and honourable members. Whilst this petition was initiated by Let's Change Ba-Phalaborwa, it is supported by a broad and representative cross-section of Ba-Phalaborwa's civic, business, and community leadership under the banner of CPR, the Concerned Ba-Phalaborwa Residents. It represents a Ba-Phalaborwa-wide plea for constitutional oversight and decisiveness. Let me just add that I failed to introduce Rachel Longster, who's online, who's the director of Let's Change Ba-Phalaborwa, and Dani van Rooyen, who's also a director of Let's Change Ba-Phalaborwa. Honourable Chair, in his State of the Nation address, President Ramaphosa stated that government would not hesitate to use the powers enshrined in the Constitution to intervene where municipalities fail. Honourable Chairperson, our submission today concerns the Ba-Phalaborwa local municipality and the Mopani district municipality within this constitutional framework. Chair, I think it's just important that we understand and contextualize the strategic importance of Ba-Phalaborwa.
Mr. Ferguson, just hold on. Did you share with our secretariat your presentation? We need that to have been circulated before you can share it up there. We don't seem to have received it.
Yeah. Honourable Chair, yesterday we submitted a supplementary submission. Our initial submission was submitted in October 2025, and since
Okay,
then
let's do this.
circumstances have changed, and we did submit a supplementary memorandum yesterday, which was circulated to all members. And this
Circulated to which
presentation
members?
goes from there.
Let's do it this way. What you are presenting now, that slide, please send it to our secretariat.
We will do that, Honourable Chair.
Send it as you proceed, so that we don't get left far behind.
Okay, we will do that. Thank you, Chair. So it's important to just contextualize Ba-Phalaborwa's strategic importance. We are home to our country's primary source of copper and phosphate. And more recently, we are seeing the emergence of rare earth mineral potential. Our mining complex contributes materially to the national fiscus, to regional stability, and to the local socio-economic development of Ba-Phalaborwa. We border the Kruger National Park and are the only town with a direct entrance into the park, and we serve as a major tourism gateway. We are also a significant agricultural regional centre, contributing to national exports. So clearly, Mr. Chair, municipal instability in Phalaborwa therefore carries local, regional, and national consequences. Chair, I think it's important that we just understand the institutional responsibilities. And in respect of water and sanitation, the Mopani district is the designated water services authority. The Ba-Phalaborwa local municipality acts as the water services provider, and the Pele Northern Water supplies the bulk water. I think the point here, Chair, is that statutory accountability ultimately rests with the Mopani district as the water services authority. Electricity within the town of Phalaborwa is supplied by the Ba-Phalaborwa municipality, while Eskom supplies the remaining areas of Ba-Phalaborwa. And municipal roads are the responsibility of the Ba-Phalaborwa municipality. This matters, Chair, because accountability must follow statutory responsibilities. Chair, we petitioned Parliament in October. When we petitioned Parliament in October 2025, we were already in a crisis of poor governance, financial unsustainability, failing infrastructure, collapsing service delivery, and a suffering economy. Our petition at that time documented 4 years of attempts to secure a response or intervention from both municipalities, from the provincial government, including its COPTA and the Premier, various national government departments, and Chapter 9 institutions. Chair, between the 13th and 18th of January this year, we experienced devastating rainfall in northeastern Limpopo, and this led to a disaster being declared nationally. What we have seen now is that as the waters recede, a deeper calamity becomes clearer. Degraded infrastructure, after years of poor governance, had no resilience and collapsed. Service delivery has collapsed, and it threatens businesses, it threatens tourism, it threatens jobs, the economy, and basic human rights. And at this stage, we estimate 2,000 job losses. The floods triggered a deeper system-wide municipal collapse. But the point we want to make here very clearly, Chair, is that the floods did not create the fragility. It exposed it. And now much of our infrastructure requires reconstruction. And both municipalities lack the capacity and means to respond. And on top of it, Chair, there has been no structured stabilization plan made available post the floods. Chair, if we look at water failure, in our October submission, that confirmed the systemic instability of our water situation before the floods. After the floods, the situation is now more severe. Communities have been without water in Buerang for 46 days, in Town South for more than 25 days, in Town North more than 24 days. And yes, Chair, it will be argued that Lepele was severely affected, and it was. A major bulk pipeline was damaged during the floods. But, Chair, this is compounded by the unresolved 560 pipeline damage caused by PMC, the mining company, stockpiling magnetite on top of it. And this has remained unresolved for 3 years. Compounding the situation is the already degraded and collapsing municipal reticulation network, which is dysfunctional and creates major water losses. So the bulk supply failure and the local distribution collapse are compounding one another. And Chair, sadly, there are also serious allegations of extortion linked to water delivery. Chair, in respect of sanitation, for years we have experienced recurring, ongoing daily sewage failures. Raw sewage runs through streets and into our watercourses. The Tutsi River now flows all year round, not with rainwater, but with raw sewage flowing directly into the Kruger National Park. This represents human dignity violations, public health risks, and environmental harm. The instability that we had has deepened following the crisis. Chair, in respect of electricity, the electrical network was already fragile before the floods. Now in Ward 11, which includes the CBD and large residential areas, it now requires total replacement. Businesses and residents have faced daily failures since the 9th of January. There are no functional ring feeds remaining. Years of patchwork repairs have resulted in cascading power failures, particularly after rainfall. Chair, Extension 5, an important industrial area, was without electricity for 40 days. Parts of Ward 12 have been without power for up to 32 days. We experienced daily outages across the whole town. Chair, in respect of roads, we have seen the systemic collapse. Even before the rains, many roads required total reconstruction, and the rains have simply accelerated this deterioration dramatically. The point here, Chair, is that infrastructure does not fail in isolation. Electricity instability causes pump failures. Pump failures cause water interruptions and sewage overflows. And this is a cascading domino effect. This disaster has revealed system fragility, the rains, but it did not create it. It was there already. Chair, to date, as a community, we have not received a time-bound recovery framework. We don't see a defined execution structure, and we have no credible implementation pathway. Chair, following the disaster, the community called for a joint operating committee. One meeting was held. The plan presented by the municipality described the problems, but offered no structural execution. As a community, we requested a clear implementation action plan. None has been provided. We formally communicated with both municipalities, requesting collaboration between us and them, and technical engagements on water and sanitation and electricity and roads. Chair, the response we received was delayed and vague, and has since then been followed by inaction and silence. We are not dealing with a water event. We are dealing with an institutional response capacity failure. Chair, if we look at it from financial and governance fragility, over a decade, both municipalities have received qualified or audit or disclaimer audit outcomes, reflecting deep financial and governance instability. Unmaintained infrastructure and financial stability risks are repeatedly recorded in RDPs and the annual reports. As matters stand, a NERSA tribunal process concerning the electricity supply in town is currently underway following a court order. The Auditor General is investigating material irregularities currently into water, sanitation, and environmental matters, and that is at an advanced stage. A criminal document investigated by the Department of Water or Sanitation, initiated by the community, awaits prosecution in the Polokwane High Court. There is a petition currently before Department of Water and Sanitation to impose a development moratorium pending infrastructure stabilization. A similar moratorium is already in place in the Moruleng municipality in Hoedspruit. The point here, Chair, is that there is a district-wide water and sanitation crisis, and Mopani sits at the center of this crisis. Honourable Chair, the constitutional question before this committee is, have these municipalities become unable to fulfill their basic obligations? And are they unable to remedy those failures themselves? And we respectfully submit that this threshold has been crossed. We are not just dealing with a local service delivery failure. This is also a governance risk with national, fiscal, environmental, and constitutional implications. And Chair, there is a further serious concern. Reconstruction funding will enter an already fragile governance framework without structural safeguards to ensure integrity and delivery. And we want to acknowledge at this point the cancellation of the Mopani, the annual Marula Festival, and the commitment by the provincial government to rededicate that money towards the reconstruction of Bela-Bela. But we need to make sure that that funding is safeguarded, and therefore we propose that any intervention include a structured project management office under the National Treasury oversight to ring-fence funding, coordinate execution across province spheres, and restore delivery credibility. Chair, what do we request from the committee? We respectfully request a parliamentary oversight visit and the convening of a People's Assembly. We request you to consider the escalation of this matter under Section 139. We ask for assistance in making sure that the social labour plans of our mining complexes are realigned towards urgent stabilisation. We call for the structured support through a project management office, bringing together Treasury, Cooperative, development agencies, mining stakeholders, and civil society. In conclusion, Chair, this disaster did not create municipal failure. It revealed an existing crisis. The Constitution provides this committee with the tools to act. We have laid out the problem and we have proffered a unique solution.
Thank you.
We ask, make Ba-Phalaborwa a case study of what can be achieved through a whole of society response. And we respectfully ask that you now use your powers to effect change and intervention in our town. I thank you.
Chair, you're muted, Chair.
Oh, sorry. Thank you very much. Can you all mute so that we can try and move on and reduce the echoes? Thank you very much, Mr. Ferguson and your team. May we then request the Ba-Phalaborwa municipality to make their presentation.
Thank you, Chairperson. I'm Malaji Miriam, the mayor of the municipality. Before I can hand over to the municipal manager to give the presentation, I want the chairperson to take note that as Ba-Phalaborwa municipality, we are the most hardest hit in terms of disaster. All the some ministers were here. The minister in the presidency, Menchaben, was here. All the premier was here. Even yesterday, the premier was here. All MECs were here. There are commitments to some of the projects, and all the mines that are here are also affected, whereby some of the workers have been sent home. They are not in the workplace as we speak. Indeed, we had disaster. I'll request the MM to come in so that I don't waste time. Thank you so much. Municipal Manager Mookgophong.
That's fine. Proceed all within the 15 minutes.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. Greetings to yourselves and on the protocol that has been established. And I then request Secretariat to flag my presentation.
You
And Chairperson,
can cut off your video so you can improve your signal.
Okay.
Sure.
Thank you, Chair. While we are at that, Chair, I just need to indicate that the supplementary petition we received yesterday around 4 in the afternoon, and we were en route to Polokwane. So, but the main factor is that the petitioners raised issues of electricity supply and road maintenance. So I'll be speaking on that, not necessarily speaking about the issues that they've raised because they've covered the problem statement. Can I then request Secretariat to flag it for us?
Okay, please assist.
Mayor Masibati, can you please assist? Mayor Masibati from Coxstar, can you please assist me? Thank you very much. Can we move through the slides because most of the issues have been covered as problem statement. I'll indicate where, yes, you can pass that slide. And that slide, yes, and you can move past that slide. That slide. I think what they've indicated also has been mentioned by the petitioners. We can pass that slide again. And also that slide. Yes, in terms of the electricity, we are indicating that as the municipality, in terms of infrastructure and capacity, the mayor has indicated that we had floods. We can also appreciate the fact that the municipality is providing electricity in Ward 12 and 11. What we've experienced is that there is rapid growth in the municipality. And however, the municipality could not upgrade the system to cover all other areas in terms of the growth. So what we are saying that we have prioritized the 2026 and 2027 for us to be able to do the upgrades. And also we have signed an MOU with DBSA for us to be able to deal with the issue of electricity master plan. And currently that has been put under procurement process by the DBSA. Under electricity loss reduction, we have done an electricity meter audit. And in the audit, Chairperson, even though I did not put the figures, I have them. Out of 3,528 meters that we have audited, 2,138 are conventional meters in the households. And that tells us that conventional meters are very old. Out of that, you've got 1,390 meters, which are prepaid, and unmetered properties, which are 15. So we are saying that we have procured those meters. We are going to install. We have already started with the large power users, and we are going to start with the meters, the 100 meters that have been bypassed. And Chairperson, let me indicate that we can provide the study. What I can indicate in terms of electricity and low revenue collection is that 90% of the businesses in town have been, can you just stay on that slide? They have been bypassed. Others don't have meters. We have done a study. It has shown that out of the 247, 160 meters in town need to be replaced. We are having 19 unknown customers, which means they're not registered on the system nor billed. 6 customers are without meters. I just want to give examples of those meters. We are having Rapture Car Wash, Cherry Car Wash facility, Safari Cafe Bakery. And I want to indicate in the meeting that while we are having this discussion, at Fort, they've got 3 establishments. There were no meters. That is the outcome of the result of the study that we've done. We are also saying that we're having revenue enhancement strategy where we are going to restructure our tariffs, because from the study, it is indicating that the tariffs were not aligned to the land use. You'll find that in the big businesses, they have installed a meter that is supposed to be installed at the residential. So that study has given us something to work on, Chairperson. And also to indicate that while we are here, we are not being paid. It is showing that our low revenue collection is because of the bypass meters in town, in the residential, and also in the businesses. So on the disaster rehabilitation, we managed to restore electricity in the affected areas. That has been done. I think Mr. Roger flagged on a picture where there were scaffolding. When you look down there in that picture, it is one of the employees. They were just creating that scaffold so that we are able to work. And the pictures that are being depicted there, they are recent pictures. So under crime and vandalism, we're indicating that our infrastructure was exposed to crime and vandalism. We're working with subs in that area so that we don't have a lot of copper theft that is happening. And we have also opened criminal charges. On the street lighting and high mast light, Chairperson, we have installed 20 high mast lights. And we are also suffering that in the sense that some of the street lighting have been vandalized. We can move to the next one. We're indicating that while the petition alleges electricity service collapse, the municipality submit that we are providing electricity. However, the issue of the floods has affected us in the sense that the underground cables, it was wet at the time. And we are indicating that the outages are as a result of aging infrastructure, flood damage, and theft. And we're also having load reduction in areas where ESCOM is the authority to provide electricity. We're in the process of funding the energy master plan. And then we're indicating that even today, we have stabilized the electricity because we have installed backup batteries so that when we go off, it does not affect the whole town like it was happening in the past. We have also adjusted the budget so that we are able to take most of the money to deal with the upgrading, not only the maintenance, but the upgrading of areas where we find that the outages were happening rapidly. We can move to the next slide. Here is the summary of the electricity in terms of infrastructure upgrading. We are saying that we are going to upgrade the overhead and the underground cables in the 2026-2027. And we are in the process. We have started with the installation of smart meters from March 2026. We have done the meter audit, it's been completed. The tariff structure, cost of study has been completed, Chairperson. Next slide, please. This is just the meters that are indicating that they are, when you look at the right-hand side, these meters are as old as 2009, so there's no calibration. Some of them are reversing, so it means that there's not much that they are buying from here. We can move to the next slide. This is the kind of infrastructure that we're having, but after the meter audit, we are confident that once we replace them, we should be able to raise enough revenue for us to be able to attend to some of the issues that have been raised. It has been the plan of the municipality, Chairperson. Next slide, please. Next slide. These are the new backup batteries installed at substations for us not to trip all the time. Next slide. This is the meter audit that has been conducted. I already spoke to that. We can then move to the next slide. We are indicating that as Ba-Phalaborwa, in terms of roads and stormwater, we have been consistently, Chairperson, dealing with issues of blading of internal streets, patching and sealing of roads. But because of the floods that we experienced in the 2025 and also in the 2026, what Roger was presenting there in terms of the pictures, those are recent ones. I think the petitioners can agree that we have started again on the 5th of December 2025 using a pothole patching machine so that we're able to have sustainable and quality pothole patching. And also the mayor has just alluded to the fact that post the floods, we're assisted by Sanral, we're assisted by the Office of the Premier and also the MEC. As in yesterday, we were requested to develop a plan that is going to deal with all the potholes and the status of the road in the municipality. Can you go to the next slide? We are indicating that in terms of the challenges, these are the issues that we are facing, Chairperson. On number 4, we are indicating budget constraints. We are relying on our own revenue for maintenance. So after the revenue enhancement strategy would have been implemented, we should be able to improve in terms of our maintenance overall, Chairperson. Can we move to the next slide? I think this is the intervention that we did. We are just indicating that here under capital upgrades, because one of the issues raised by the petitioners is that underspending on MIG fund. Chairperson, I can indicate that as of 31 December 2025, the municipality was at 47%. Also to confirm that audited by Auditor General last night, the municipality received 100% on MIG confirmed by Salga last night in the awards, Chairperson. We can move to the next slide. One of the issues that they've raised was that they've been excluded in terms of the mining SLPs. We're indicating in the meeting that PMC and Fosco Mine are assisting us in terms of the roads. These are the projects that they're going to be implementing. And post the floods, Chairperson, Fosco Mine has signed an MOU to reprioritize one of their roads for them to buy us the heavy machine so that we're able to patch potholes with that, because the turnaround time it's plus minus 15 minutes, and the quality of road, I think they can confirm the petitioners in the meeting that those roads are still standing as we're speaking today, Chairperson. So as I've said, indicated earlier, you can just go back a bit. During our budget adjustment, most of our projects, all the money has been channeled to the repairs and maintenance, not only on roads and stormwater, but also some of them to upgrade the electricity network, Chairperson. You can go to the next slide. I think we've dealt with this one. Can you go to the next slide? Next slide. Chairperson, on the issue of the landfill side, we are indicating that from time to time we get assessed by the Department of the Debt And on the point number 3, the MC's assessment, we're indicating that there's ongoing compliance and implementation monitoring. I want to indicate, Chairperson, that we started to experience rains as early as the 4th of December 2025. The floods just make everything to be worse. But from where we are, I think we must all understand that there was no way that we could have dealt with the bulk of the waste, because no vehicle was coming in and out of the municipality for the longest time. And the heavy vehicles could not even move around because they got stuck in the mud. So I think colleagues must appreciate that we have started to deal with the issue of waste removal. And for now, everything is going as planned, Chairperson. And we communicate from time to time when there are issues that we could not or we cannot remove waste. Thank you very much, Chairperson. We can move to the next slide. Next slide. Next slide, ma'am. Thank you very much. In terms of revenue enhancement, we have been owed 1 billion by both government spheres and also residential and businesses. I want to go to where it is indicating that the 90% of the town, including business, have bypassed the meters. Others are as old as 2009 and 2010. Hence, we are going to implement the smart metering. In terms of audit outcome, Chairperson, we have not incurred any irregular and wasteful expenditure in the 2024-2025, and SALGA has confirmed that last night we received an award for that. We are qualified on 2 matters. The landfill site, we have already dealt with the matter, and unallocated receipts, which the CFO, I think she's at 70% in terms of dealing with that. Can you go to the next slide? This one I've dealt with in terms of the SLPs. So what we're indicating here, Chairperson, is that this is the communication and community engagement. In Ward 11 and Ward 12, we've got 2 ward councillors where we feel that some of these issues could have been taken there because we see it. And the supplementary petition came out of the result of the EXCO meeting which we held. Now we see that the information has been brought here, but we're able to respond to that with the limited time that we're given. Can you go to the next slide? Next slide. Next slide. I think, Chairperson, we have dealt with this one, but in conclusion, Chairperson, we indicate no, we have passed this one. We have passed the slides, all of them. Can you go next to conclusion?
I think you must just conclude and let's move on. You have your time is done.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. I think what we are indicating is that we have responded to almost all of the issues, and thank you very much for this opportunity.
Okay, thank you. Let's move on to the district municipality.
Thank you very much. Can I request that our presentation be flighted?
Please assist.
Just as the presentation is being loaded, I might be wanting to, in the preliminary, submit that one, we agree wholly with the strategic significance of the areas that which the stakeholders were able, as petitioners, present in the context of the importance of Ba-Phalaborwa and its economy, but also that two, it was our proposal, both the local and the district, to the provincial government, that we put in abeyance the Marula Festival and we use the budget through a service delivery agreement with the provincial government to come and implement post-disaster recovery programs, which I think they have just started with Ba-Phalaborwa local municipality. So we request the slide to be flagged. I must also proceed that thank you very much. If we could have in a presentation format, we will pass the purpose. Let's pass that. Indeed, we are a water service authority. We are responsible for 5 local municipalities. We have appointed all the, I'm not sure, someone controlling the slide, because this introduction is very key to deal with some pertinent matters. Yes, let's. So I was saying that one, we have 5 local municipalities. As you go back, we have 5 local municipalities. As a water service authority, we have appointed all the 5 local municipalities as water service providers in terms of the Act, but also we have appointed Lepelle Northern Water as a bulk service provider, limiting myself to Ba-Phalaborwa jurisdiction. Ba-Phalaborwa, it's a water service provider. It is responsible for operation and maintenance of all infrastructure that relate to the town, which is both the south and north, responsible for the township of Lulekane, but also Namahale township. Now, in Phalaborwa, the entire over 200,000 plus population depend on the Oliphant water scheme that is run and managed by Lepelle Northern Water. If that scheme collapses, no one in Ba-Phalaborwa get water except for the capital infrastructure that exist and are using ground or surface water or from boreholes. Now in Ba-Phalaborwa, well, in Mupani, Lepelle is responsible for Politsi, Ba-Phalaborwa, and Ebenezer. We have 84 boreholes in Ba-Phalaborwa that supplement or augment the entire network. And through our operation Fix All, every Friday, before we're disrupted by the December violent storm, but also the flooding recently, every Friday in all the districts, we're fixing boreholes and giving them through the Hinwamati program. We're also responsible for the sewage networks in Phalaborwa town, Namahale, and Lulekane. We, in terms of the Act, the Blue Drop is within our competence in terms of operations, and the Green Drop. As we proceed. Now, this is where we're saying with Lepelle Northern Water, we have a 30-year bulk water supply level agreement from 2010. It will lapse around 2040. What they do, they operate and maintain the treatment plant. Through their 3 bulk lines, they're able to bring water into town and into all the villages. And we are able to pay for the water that which they have metered there. Currently, we are paying religiously. There is a good relationship between us and Lepelle. I think the gap chair, it's on the repairs on the 3 lines, because once they have leakages, they impact on the water into town and the villages. I stay in a community Ward 10 where Buelang is. I'm also affected by the pipeline 250, which we have requested Lepelle to deal with in terms of emergency. We proceed to the next slide. Now, we were just bring out where, in terms of the SLA, Ba-Phalaborwa is dealing with all these areas in terms of operation maintenance, and where we're also dealing with the issues. Let's proceed from this slide. We have SLA with Ba-Phalaborwa. It lapses next year. We are also, this is just a repeat, and I think we should proceed. Safe to say that all the work that which we are doing arises from the water master plan. and the water service development plan. So they are not samsat. It's a business plan that exists, and the new project that we implement are informed by such. Can we proceed? Now, we are still emphasizing the same matters here of operation maintenance and what Lepelle is doing. We depend on funding from national fiscus to do new project, but also Ba-Phalaborwa, they should collect revenue from the operation maintenance from clients, and are able to use that to do operation maintenance. What we are bringing here, just in the context of Phalaborwa, these are the projects which we are doing in Ba-Phalaborwa. All these projects are dependent on the bulk line, which Lepelle Northern Water is operating. Now, there are those that which we have consolidated boreholes which feed the entire system, so that we are also able to give water when there are disruptions with those. So the Makushane 5A scheme, it's achieved, it's giving water unless there are disruptions of water at the level of the plant. And we're mentioning the first two on this slide, which are literally completed. People get water unless there are disruptions from operation maintenance point of view. We proceed to mention others in the next slide. As you help us, this is Lulekane, phase 2 is completed. Let's move to the next slide. Now, there are projects that which are currently happening. The Lulekane scheme. On this one, we will be completing it on the 30th of April. Technically, they say it's reached practical completion, but to us, it's when there is water at the level of the tap. So they're basically dealing with the membranes from the entire systems, because they stood for a longer time and the sun scorched the tanks, and the rubbers made sure that there's leakage on those particular tanks. And we're fixing that by the 30th of April. We should be done and people getting water as we proceed. These are also part of ongoing program. I think what I must emphasize on this project is that there is a relationship between provision of sustainable water and electricity. The processes of ESCOM are not yet aligned to the rate at which when projects are completed, they are able to energize. I think it's one area which from our coordination point of view, we should be able to quickly close on, so that when the project is complete, ESCOM is able to energize. Let's proceed. Now, I want to elevate here the Mopane rural household. This is your VIP toilet in the rural areas where we are supposed to, which I think it's at 92, 30,000 of them, or 20, I think it's 33,000 units has been completed. By end of May, we should be done with all the VIP units which we assigned for Phalaborwa. 60, which ranges from 3,000, which is 3,372. As we proceed, they were delayed because of the beneficiary list that which we wanted. Now, this is our planned project. It's basically the 10% MIG, which we have ring-fenced to deal with the storage challenges in Ba-Phalaborwa. We've received a confirmation from DWS. All this project will be implemented between now and end of the financial year, June, because we received confirmation this end of January. So the supply chain is running currently to ensure that we appoint. Now, when we appoint, all this storage or sanitation project, they include the Tutsi River, where there has been spillages into Kruger National Park. So we should be done by this. But I must also submit that indeed DWS through their compliance unit has been investigating the sewage spillage, and we've been cooperating with them. We know the issues that they are raising, and this is the response practically in terms of dealing with the areas that which they've elevated. as we proceed to the next slide. Now, in the petition, there is a made mention of water running out through isolated valves. Indeed, we have done assessment, and through we have adjusted our budget 2 days ago. We are replacing the valves in terms of our budget so that we deal with the consistency of supply at that level, because there has been a challenge, and we agree to that. Let's proceed. This is the local municipality where the employees were not working overtime. If there are disruption in the evening, they were not attended to. I think we've resolved this with the municipality. They have a shift system, and they are able to attend to that from an operation maintenance point of view. The other area, it's the valves. I've spoken to this. Let's proceed. Now, the SLA with Ba-Phalaborwa is coming to an end next year. What we are doing with them is to work closely together to address any challenge that arise from that. But from a recording point of view, the SLA may not be a challenge. It's around how do we swiftly deal with operation maintenance so that there is consistent supply of water. Communication has collapsed between the LCP and the municipality. I think we should submit that Dedri, Kata, Limpopo Agri, Ntate Roger Ferguson, they attend our IGR meetings, both representing, I think Ntate Roger representing both Agri and LCBP, so that they have a holistic state of the entire municipality. And the public participation programs that we do per locals, when we go to Phalaborwa, they are part of those. Now, on the issues of Lepelle Northern Water and the outflow, indeed there is a challenge there. I think Lepelle will speak to that. But on our side, we have budgeted to also bring in zonal meters so that all the water that they are charging us for at that level when we pay, we're also able to quantify at this level when we give to the community. As you proceed. This one I've spoken to, we are paying all the consumption, current, and the historical debt to Lepelle. There are no issues there. Let's proceed. Okay. There is a view that the municipality, it's unstable. The past 8 years, there has never been council that has collapsed. The issues of Section 139 were resolved together with Coxstar substantively. I think at that time there were two disclaimers which arose from the fact that we're investigating the period 2012 until 2029. And the voluminous issues that we recovered there needed us to refer to the law enforcement, to bring the Hawks, bring SIU, bring lawyers who can help us interpret, recover money. And in those years, they impacted on the audit process and were the disclaimer. But when we presented the recovery and everything else to Coxstar, we agreed that substantively the support will be given. That's why we are now on 3-year consecutive qualified, which we are not happy of, and we should be able to improve. And we have received funding to deal with the treatment works in Ba-Phalaborwa, but also the operations and maintenance at that level. Chair, the issues of financial mismanagement, we can confirm if we are given an opportunity to appear again or to the portfolio committee, we can give the holistic state of the district so that we are able to talk about consequence management, that we have never returned money to the fiscals, we are spending MIG and we see at 100% that and that and that, Chair. I think I will hold it here and then we'll come back when you request us.
Thank you very much, Your Worship, Mayor Councillor Shai, for your presentation. We will come back to a discussion. May we then have Lepelle Northern Water to give us their own submission?
Thank you very much, Chair. Ndoleni Limpopo again, greetings. I just want to highlight a few things and then I will give to the CEO to present. Chairperson and honorable members, I think one has to appreciate the relationship between Mopani District Municipality and as a water service authority, as well as Ba-Phalaborwa as a water service provider and Limpopo for working together, especially even during this time of flooding, to ensure that we can respond quickly and ensure that there is water, even at a limited capacity. Because, Chairperson, what had happened during the flooding is that we pumped for almost 3 days, not knowing that the pipeline has been washed away, and that calls for the climate-resistant infrastructure. But when we realize that we are pumping and water is not getting to Phalaborwa, we had to then revert to the old pipe, which the old pipe was the one that was giving us challenges. But for now, that's what we are doing. As I said, even though we are not pumping at full capacity. And the reason I'm appreciating Chairperson Mopani District Municipality is, as the Honorable Mayor have said, the payment to the Water Board. You will know, Chairperson, that one of the challenges we have as water boards is non-payment by Water Service Authority. We do not have this challenge. We sorted out our issues with Mopani, and thanks to Honorable Mayor and his leadership. And you can see, Honorable Chairperson, that we even have a service level agreement for 30 years. And this allows us to even invest in the infrastructure. But what that payment does, Chairperson, it also allows us to be financially viable. And we have moved to even a revenue of almost 2 billion, which allows us to go and raise capital and to make Limpopo Northern Water attractive. We must also appreciate, Chairperson, in this platform, the work of private sector and especially Fosco. Because our bridge has been washed, that goes into the Phalaborwa treatment works. They managed to come in and assist us with a temporary bridge. This will allow us, our employees, to be able to access tank, but it will also allow the supply of chlorine gas and other contractors to go on site and repair the plant. So that is also appreciated from Fosco to come in and really assist us at no cost at all, assisting Limpopo and ensuring that we can supply water. We must also take this opportunity, Chairperson, and appreciate the employees. During the flooding, employees had to be evacuated. As I said, the bridge was washed away. It was now an island. They were evacuated by South African National Defence Force, but there were employees, Chairperson, who had to remain behind, voluntarily so, to save the pump station, because had they left, that pump station would have been washed away or would have been flooded, and that would have created a challenge for us to even pump using the old pipeline. You will see the pictures that the CEO will present, but also the recovery, Chairperson, of ensuring that within the 5 days we are able to ensure that we can pump back. I just thought I must give this scenario, this opening, Chairperson, before we could get into the presentation. And I must assure honorable members, Chairperson, that Limpopo Northern Water has changed and cleaned its image to the extent that within the past 2 financial years, AG has confirmed 0 irregular, 0 fruitless, and wasteful expenditure. With that, Chairperson, can I give through you the CEO to quickly give a few slides presentation on what we are doing, even to answer some of the projects that we are planning to do through our relationship with Mopani. Thank you.
Please proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. We have provided the presentation. It will not be a long presentation. Whether they can flight it for us. If not, then Mr. Precious Mshwane, our Acting Executive Manager for Operational Maintenance, to present. Thank you very much. If we can put it onto slide mode, please. Yep, thank you. Go back one slide. Thank you. This is for us to present this morning about the Ba-Phalaborwa scheme, in particular, a very important scheme that provides water to the mines, the industry, and then specifically potable water to the water service provider or the water service authority in Mopani District Municipality, and then to the water service provider that is Ba-Phalaborwa Local Municipality. Next slide, please. I will just give a quick current state of the scheme, background context, and the triggers for the recovery, and then also the operational status and the progress to date, specifically the Lukani booster station, then the pipes and the settings specifically with regard to the 560 millimeter pipe that was referred to by Mr. Ferguson, then also in relationship to the 546 millimeter and the 250 millimeter pipes, and then the Salati Bridge. And as the chair have already indicated, the Salati Bridge in terms of our connections and the chemical supply for us to supply water in terms of SANS 241 or the South African National Standard 241 in terms of water supply, to drinkable water or potable water supply in South African challenges and recommendation. Next slide. As I've indicated, we are the Water Service Authority of Mopani District Municipality, and that also comes out of the presentation from His Worship, the Executive Mayor of Mopani District Municipality. So I'm not going to go further into that. So as the description from the Executive Mayor in terms of the Ba-Phalaborwa local municipality who operates the network, and therefore for Lepella Northern Water then as the bulk service provider under the service level agreement, that has also been eloquently put before the honorable members of this committee. Now, there was and we know by now in terms of the flood situation that have affected the Ba-Phalaborwa scheme that's operated and maintained by Lepella Northern Water, and we supply potable water to Ba-Phalaborwa local municipality, and if I've indicated also in terms of industrial water, and then the key mines, Fosco, Ba-Phalaborwa, copper, and then also to the other mines that are there in industry. Now, in terms of our present challenges is with regard to the post-flood. And what I would like to indicate here, the post-flood as by the 19th, plus minus on the 19th of January, because none of us could have accessed all the plants and all the areas that what we served. There was also the president was there, and also the various ministers has been, and the premier has been indicated by the executive mayor and by the mayor of Ba-Phalaborwa. On the 19th of January, we have presented to the minister in terms of where we stand with regard to the situation. There was no, in terms of that period, in terms of the heavy rainfall, I will show you the pictures at the end, that the situation with regard to the infrastructure, in terms of where we have, in terms of what the chairperson was also referred to in this infrastructure, is the infrastructure that are listed here. We have declared then as Lepella an emergency, that we, in terms of the supply, and that was underlined by the support from the minister. And on the 19th to the 21st of January, myself under the leadership of the chairperson, we were there to investigate all the infrastructure damage. And 2 days on plus minus on the 18th of January, there was no electricity supply because all the electricity supply was damaged. Therefore, the plant could not operate. And with our interventions and pressure from the team, the scheme managers, the power was restored plus minus on the 18th of January. What was with that? We have redundancy. Our line, dedicated line, was washed away, and then Eskom had then to put in another a line for us to then to have that. The point that had been raised by the chairperson was that we were pumping into the lines, and those particular lines were damaged on the Salati River. So then we had to take the decommission lines, what we referred then to the 800 millimeter pipeline, and then we also resuscitated the 540 millimeter line and then the 250 line. But those particular line was then out of operation. We had then to make sure that we have that. And on the 20th of January, we had a meeting with the executive mayor for Mopani district and the mayor of Ba-Phalaborwa local municipality, where we have communicated to them in terms of the state of affairs. Also, we've indicated where do we need electricity for the booster pumps, and that we then have to make sure that we are on the support for the municipality. What we have also done within 2 weeks, we have complied, and we have promised the minister on the 19th, within 2 weeks, we have complied and time-bound recovery framework, and then also the estimated cost, the damage that have cost us, and the department have confirmed that they will support us for 186 million for the repairs of our infrastructure, and that is within 2 to 3 months that to be repaired, and then also that amount of money from the National Disaster Fund. We participate in the joint operating committee with Ba-Phalaborwa and Ba-Phalaborwa local municipality and the district with regard to these matters. If I can just go forward to the next slide, thank you. The aspects in terms of the update to date, what we have done is that we have resolved most of the issues associated with the Lukani booster station. It was resolved that the motors been procured and installed, and there is also the improved pressure and the flow to Lukani and surrounding areas. The 560 bulk line that was decommissioned and blanked off because of the fact that the stockpile that is on there. We have concluded with PMC in November, October, that with the and what Mr. Ferguson was referred to, and also what we've indicated to the executive mayor and to the mayor, that we have agreed with and was confirmed that we've completed the project report by the end of or the middle of November. We have had a discussion by late October, and they have confirmed the funding of that of plus minus 100 million. And the aspect is that they were awaiting for the new chief executive to start at PMC in Phalaborwa. Then came the floods, and obviously then we that was then put on abeyance in terms of all being halted for the time being, and therefore we could not have started with the project as been indicated. Then also the fact of when the new CEO started there for PMC to be signed off. But we have concluded all the discussions and the negotiations and the reports what needed, and for them to appoint then the service providers and the contractor to make sure that we start with that in terms of the problem that they have created in terms of the stockpiling on our infrastructure, and therefore the effect to the town of Phalaborwa, and that we will have had not the problem is what we were having in terms of the damage to our infrastructure over the Salati River. We are purchasing the pump set that we can read in terms of so that we can restore. Currently, I would just want to say we are supposed to supply Phalaborwa with 85 megaliters per day, and with the restoration within 2 days after Eskom have restored the power lines, we are pumping now 70 megaliters per day. We are working very hard in terms of the interventions that we are indicating here that we want to restore in terms of the service level agreement that we have with Mopani District Municipality for us to have the full supply of 85 megaliters per day. Then we have finalized the procurement for the repairs of the 546 and the 250 millimeter pipelines, and this will be started this week. I understand that it will be over this weekend, so that by next weekend we can see that we can then fully restore these lines, because there are leaks on the 546, and that also then hampers, because we can't just simply put treated expensive water through a leaking pipe, and therefore we are now in the space of repairing that, and then we will restore mostly close to the 85 megaliters per day. The barrage infrastructure, I will show you that with the floods that have had a severe impact on the management and the operations of our infrastructure, the system still remains vulnerable, and then also the electricity, we want to have the redundancy line to be restored by Eskom as it was before, so that we, in terms of emergencies, that we can use that redundancy line. Next slide. The aspects in terms of what I've indicated, in terms of the interventions, in terms of the work that we are doing, and as the chair have indicated, we can only take our hats off to the bravery of our staff that have put basically their lives at risk by refusing even to be evacuated by the South African Police Services and by the National Defence Force to save the infrastructure that are there. This is just photos of the damage to the infrastructure on the barrage where we abstract our water from. You can see just one back here, the staff. You can see the severe impacts, the maximum flow through the barrage, the debris here on that, because this is where we abstract. Just one slide back, sorry, can we just go one slide back, please? So not so fast, thank you. Go forward. I just wanted to go forward. Go back, please. Go back. But okay, from here, can you just go forward then? I just wanted to show in terms of the damage of the pipelines where we were. Forward. Go forward. Yes, go forward. That's yeah, go forward. Forward. Okay, go forward. This is what, just go one slide back. Sorry, you are too fast. I just wanted to show the infrastructure, the pipe, the pump stations where we have in terms of where the protection of the pumps and the damage of the pipelines that are there, in terms of the three last photos on the set. This one, you can see there here that what the staff have indicated, the work that what we have done. There was minimal damage to the pump stations in terms of the work or the bravery that they have done in terms to save. So therefore, within 3 days, we could have restored the water to Ba-Phalaborwa through the line. The next one, the next slide. And then we just wanted to show the damage of the pipeline over the Salati River. What we are looking now is the full restoration and the full rehabilitation of all the pipelines over the Salati River. And Chair, as we've indicated, we are pumping and of the 70 megaliters, and I'm now finished with my presentation, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much for all your presentations, Mr. Ferguson and your team, to the municipalities, and of course to the water authority, the water board rather. Thanks for all the information that you have shared. I think at this point we would like to get the members to comment. I think we all do recognize the severity of the damage caused by the floods. We had a joint oversight visit from NCOP as well as the National Assembly. All of us were really shocked and quite in disbelief of the level of devastation and the sheer volume of water that was there. And also we looked at one of the rivers that the water had scaled the heights that really I don't even think those who built the bridge ever anticipated that it would be over flooded to a point of actually cracking and shifting. And this was over the Letaba River. And so a number of other areas where the devastation was visible. Now, obviously, at the core of the debate, the discussion, or the petition are the service delivery lapses that have been documented over a period, and also linked to the fact that the floods merely exposed the underlying weaknesses in the governance and in the infrastructure delivery program, as well as the resilience of the entire infrastructure across the different municipalities. That is the matter that's being tabled. On the one side, the municipalities have indicated the kind of work they're doing to try and bring about service delivery to the communities. That's where we're going to have to discuss and find each other. Where are we? What is happening? Of course, I think the good relations between the water, what do you call it, Pele North Water, as an entity together with the district, which is the Water Services Authority. It is commendable, particularly if there is no huge debts, because all over the municipalities are cracking under the debt of the water and electricity supply and agreements. And most of the time, they don't even have the agreements, and therefore they are having huge arrears. But nevertheless, we have to come back here to deal with the reality that all of us, as you all agree, not only the fact that the services to our communities are basically, essential, and that the function of the municipalities to ensure that those are supplied. At the same time, the question is, what has been done? Has it had an impact on what is being
I'm not sure it's on my part, colleagues. I'm no longer hearing anything.
Mr. Simon outside. So.
No, Executive Mayor is no longer audible.
Same from our side.
Good day, everybody. It looks like the chairperson was just kicked out of the platform. Apologies, everybody. The chairperson is still struggling to connect. If we can just give us another 2 minutes.
Colleagues, it looks like we've lost the chair and it's very noisy where I am. However, honorable members who are in a conducive environment, we can continue with the meeting. I believe now it's time for questions. Is there any members who have questions with regard to the presentations? Honorable members? Colleagues, it looks like we have some technicalities with regard to this session. I will request that we close the session and we will allocate another time to reconvene and deal with the discussion of the presentation that have been made. Because it looks like most of the members are not in as a result of connectivity challenges in many areas. And as a result of that, I would like to apologize to the municipality and the petitioners with regard to this situation. It's really beyond our control. So in our next meeting, we'll then set a date where we will conclude the discussion of today and map a way forward. I really, really wish to apologize to everyone for inconveniences that have been caused. And we will then get back to you. Our committee secretary will also engage with you with regard to the conclusion of this meeting. My apologies to everyone. And I would like to close the meeting
Thank you very
officially
much.
until the matter is resolved. My apologies to everyone who has part. The meeting is officially closed.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Roger, you still owe me tea. You must come for that tea.
You just give me the date, sir.
Thank you. Thank you to
Thank you very
everyone.
much.
Meeting is
Thank
closed.
Thank you.
Thanks, bye.